Yo, what's up? Detroit is definitely in the building via your headphones, stereo, and speakers. Of course, this is your man, the African Caesar, and we are short-staffed this week. I got the good train of the show, Gino.
Yo.
Mr. Bot Topic himself.
Ooh,
Mr.
Stop. Here we go.
Wanna stock, wanna rock.
I think that's been my new favorite meme over the course of the last week.
What's
is
that?
the Michael Jackson screenshots, and it's me thinking if I want to be starting something.
See? I haven't seen that, but I want it. Send it to me. Text it. I need that desperately. It's funny, I've been seeing a lot of on my, you go to Instagram and they got the not your normal news feed, but if you go to the main,
Yeah,
and it's what's trending or
the
whatever.
trending and popular. Yeah.
And it's I've seen a lot of Michael Jackson lately, and I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know what caused that.
Yeah, I'm there's something significant.
Are we near the I don't remember when he died. Are we near the anniversary of his
he
death?
died in
Is it-
August.
In the summertime.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Just
So,
dumb
was
internet-
it
dumb
July
internet
or
stuff.
August? Yeah, it was summer.
I remember it was the summertime for sure.
I think it was July.
Yeah, because wasn't it in his
Or
birthday,
June.
Isn't his birthday in August or
His
something
birthday
like
is
that?
in August,
Yeah.
and I think he died in June or July.
Yeah. I just know it was the summertime.
Yeah,
That's
I
stupid.
don't know, but I've been seeing a lot of Mike on my IG lately. So, but anyway, we've been gone for a couple of weeks, man. This COVID thing is. We did the one Zoom. We did it. Okay, so interest of full disclosure, we tried to do a couple Zooms.
June 25th.
And this is that. I'm telling you right now, that's why I don't like doing Zooms. Because it's now the one we did with Dave was cool. I don't know.
Your normal. Well, I mean, go figure. I mean, you need me. I am the magic.
I was
touch.
waiting for you.
I
see his face.
I was just gonna say that it was bad because you did it.
His face said the words before his mouth did. If you can
He
see a
didn't
video.
have to. He didn't. I mean, come on. He doesn't have to say it.
I mean, this is what we do. This is
Not all heroes wear capes. See?
Exactly. They wear
I mean,
glasses.
I have capes
Glasses and wrestling belts.
Exactly.
and wrestling belts.
That's why he's a champ. That's exactly why he's a champ.
This is why you come to me.
Exactly. Because we did it last week because it was okay, well, do we really want to do something? Hey, okay, let's do something. And I listened back to the audio, and it was like listening to a bad cell phone reception. Because not everybody has Wi-Fi, or at least good Wi-Fi. Guru. So, this COVID thing, man, because the studio was closed a couple times because, COVID outbreak.
It's
And
real.
then, Dave out here playing Mario Kart in real life
Man.
got to an accident. It's funny that news just came out as soon as he walked out the studio.
Oh, well,
He's not here to defend himself, so we can just talk all the shit we want to.
I mean, he's white.
Yeah,
You know,
there you go.
white
He's
people
gonna listen
can't-
back to this what the hell?
You know, white people can't drive.
They can't.
Yeah, it's been proven.
They are aggressive, especially if they got pickup trucks. Pickup trucks.
Pickup
if
trucks
cars,
and compact cars.
no, compact cars are actually slow, man.
No. When they are in compact cars,
I don't know.
they're always in the fast lane. They're always doing 90, and it's why are you doing 90? And it's raining outside and that.
And it's a mixed bag when it comes to sports cars because you got the sports cars that they're going to let you know they have a sports car, and then there's the other guys who drive super slow. They want you to see them. So it's nobody cares.
So my biggest pet
you know how many
peeve-
Chargers I see just in my parking lot at work? I'm not impressed by your
Well,
Charger.
I mean, you should see that a lot.
I know. I'm not impressed by that. You driving 20 miles per hour on the freeway.
My biggest pet peeve is if you're on 75, especially 75, and there is, you can tell if somebody in a, I don't know, not necessarily a Porsche, but maybe that random moment where you see a BMW or something that has some speed and some power in it.
Yeah.
And they're just driving below the speed.
Yeah,
limit.
because they want you to see them. They want your attention. That's what that ploy is.
It really irritates me because I'm you can go faster.
They
right?
know they can go faster. That's what I'm saying. They want to be seen. It's oh my God, to me that defeats the purpose. If I'm gonna buy a car that was meant for speed, I'm not gonna do anything less than 80 on the freeway.
Well, that's you ever see the video when Chief Keef got pulled over?
No.
So he got pulled over for doing, I think, 125 in a 65 or 70 mile per hour.
Okay.
Cops pulled him over and said, and it's literally on video and audio, you can hear it. Cops pulled him over and said, "Do you know how fast? Do you know why we pulled you over?" He's like, "Because I was driving fast." He was like, "Well, why were you driving fast?" "Because I bought a fast car."
Honestly,
I mean,
I admire his honesty. If I was the cop, I'd have been like, you know what? I'm gonna let you go. Like, I've been having people lie to me all day.
that is the point, right? Like,
right. I mean, honestly, like that was. How many interactions would you get as a cop like that?
but let's just say I'm happy that
Just for the sheer blatant honesty that he just displayed. Like,
good
I'd
thing
have
that
been-
situation didn't turn out how it could have turned out.
Yeah, I got a fast car. You know what? That makes sense.
Yeah, when you put
Get
two
outta
and two-
here.
When you put 2 and 2 together, it makes 4, not
Yeah,
5. So.
exactly. So shout out to Chief Keef. Can't talk today, but anyway, this is the Sneaker Box podcast radio show. Sneaker Bar Detroit. Hold on, I'm gonna get to my rundown. Jesus, this is what happens when you
Don't
get
you
out
have
of the
this
group.
memorized?
You would think. Anyway, make sure to follow us on social media. You can follow us on Twitter at TSB_radio. You can follow us on Instagram at the SneakerBox_radio. And you can follow us on Facebook by looking at the Sneaker Box Radio Show page. And make sure to leave us a voicemail on our voicemail hotline at 248-677-1803. You could either be responding to something we said on the show, or you could have any type of sneaker-related topics or questions that you want us to discuss. Make sure to drop them on our voicemail, and we'll get to them on a next episode. It was funny because I think the last ones we did just seemed to be a bunch of "I hate dunks" messages. And he's applying for Complex, which is funny. That's fitting. That's fitting. I mean, first of all, we all knew that's what he was trying to do, so that's not a shock. But I don't think the show did him any favors though, because he hit me up like, the audio or to add to his package or whatever. I don't know, whatever he's trying to submit to bolster his.
I mean, shout out to him.
His
Hey,
chances.
look, go.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying shout out to him. I just
Yeah.
in my mind I'm like, because all we did was just give him shit.
We do that all the time.
Us and the listeners alike. So
I mean, that's why it might be a perfect marriage.
it might. Well, yeah. He's white. I mean, honestly, that's what he has going for him. He's white and he's into sneakers. So I think that's pretty much the only requirements at Complex. Actually,
I mean, they've got some.
do you kind of sort of like sneakers? Yes. Are you white? Yes. Hired.
They got some brown people.
Yeah, just for the cover. Just like a gay dude as a wife. It's just
So for what it's worth, the cops were just here for food.
okay. Cool. Oh, I'm glad you went.
You always send the
I'm
white
telling
guy
you.
to go check,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, you go talk to the cops. That conversation is gonna go a lot better than it would if I wasn't down there. So, but no, they got black people down there. Like I said, the same way the gay dudes got wives.
I mean, hey, look,
Just
like
to
I
throw
said,
everybody off the tail.
Shout out to Dunks.
They hire black people. Just they
You gotta
either
meet the quota.
that with that, and that's the black fan you could reference when somebody calls you racist. Well, I can't be racist. I have a black friend.
Oh, they send them to go handle the
Yeah,
situation.
we can't be racist. We have black employees.
Hey.
All three of them right there.
Hey, Daquan, can you go?
Right.
Can you go?
Jerome, come
can
here.
you go talk to Jovan for
Tell
me?
them why we're not racist. Speaking of which, Complex Con, or
What about
whatever the shit was.
What
It
about
was basically online TED Talk, featuring a bunch of sneaker people. Like, I don't know.
quote unquote sneaker people?
You could not have found a more boring group of people to listen to. I tried. I really did. 'Cause
Oh wait, so you actually did try and
for the interest of for research purposes for us to
yeah,
discuss
you
in the
better
show.
than me.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, oh my god, my eyes glazed over instantly.
I just feel like if you can't,
It was like watching church on TV. It was just like, I cannot do this.
Wow. You don't get hyped watching Joel Osteen?
No,
Oh man, he be saying some funny stuff sometimes.
I bet he does.
It's like that's all that it is though. It's
gonna
like
take
you
your word for
You
it.
just gotta watch it for the humor.
No, I'm not watching Joel Osteen. I'm not adding to this dude's coffee. I know even the white dude in the room is like, dog, come on, Joel Osteen.
No.
It's like I said, it's just for the humor.
Do not encourage that bullshit.
Dog, I mean, honestly, like not to get into a religious debate, but I look at most people on TV when it comes to Christianity or religion in general as grifters. Like, they playing you for the money. It's all about the money. If there was no money in religion, half them dudes wouldn't even do it.
Facts.
You don't say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like
So
the entire
let's-
Catholic Church?
Yo,
The largest landowning organization in the entire free world?
every time I think of the Catholic Church, I think of two things: one, the scandal, and then two, Godfather 3.
I'm sorry. Like,
Godfather 1, I mean, for that matter.
Well,
No,
Catholic,
I'm
no,
sorry,
Godfather 3 was
Godfather, we just pretend that movie didn't happen.
Yeah,
You know what?
exactly.
No.
You see, that's why I was like,
Okay, no,
let's bring it
I'm
back
gonna
to
tell you this.
Godfather 1.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not saying it's up there 1 or 2. But I have grown fonder
Stop.
of. Listen.
Stop.
Let me finish my point before you rebuttal it. I have grown fonder of it over the years. It has grown on me.
You might want to
Especially-
go get a COVID test because you're losing your sense of taste.
No, I was saying, especially.
That was great.
How long have you been waiting to drop that one?
That was a good one.
He was waiting. He's waiting all day for that joke to be
Hey,
dropped.
look, he got to hold a belt up after that one. Like championship comeback right there.
That is ridiculous. But no, I mean, especially because I saw the new, those are the Godfather Coda, which they redid Godfather 3, and it's actually
They've
worse.
re-edited it. Yeah.
And it's actually worse than the original.
I know.
So just by
Give
comparison
me,
alone,
Give me the Godfather epic cut, or no, it's the Godfather saga cut,
okay, no, I'm gonna
which
tell you,
is 1 and 2 with all the
extra
cut
scenes.
scenes.
Yes,
And it's like 7.5 hours long, and it's amazing.
I've seen that.
I haven't
But
seen that one.
No, yeah, you got to. It's great.
No, I haven't seen it.
But I would say this.
I
though.
just love Godfather 2, just like in its.
So like there
what
are
it
good
is.
movies. So there are movies that are good, but then don't stick the landing, and then like just throws off the whole movie. And then there's movies that are pretty bad, not that great, but they have great endings, and you walk away like, okay, that was a pretty decent movie. And I feel like The Godfather 3 is that because that ending was great.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No.
Dog, okay,
was-
her acting wasn't that great, but that scene when they're coming out the stairs,
The ending was expected.
no shit.
You could tell that
If
was
somebody
gonna
dies in
happen.
a gangster flick, no shit.
It couldn't
No.
have had any other ending.
Exactly.
No. Well, yes,
could
watch the
see
Godfather Coda and tell me that.
You could see her.
It
getting
could have
killed.
another ending and it could be worse.
You can see her getting killed. Spoiler alert. You can see her getting killed a
no,
mile away.
first of all, when did The Godfather 3 come out? Like 90 what? 91?
I think it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
90 or 91.
Yeah, if we got to still do spoiler alerts for a movie that came out in 91, then I don't know.
Spoiler alert. Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father.
And he's voiced by
90.
James Earl Jones.
Voiced by a black guy.
Yeah, spoiler.
So would that make Darth Vader
Mother of
biracial?
Huh?
Would that make Darth Vader biracial? Because he was a white guy voiced by a black guy.
Spoiler alert.
He was 2 white guys voiced
Oh,
by
yeah,
a black guy.
That is true.
Spoiler alert, the mother's dead in Psycho.
Bruce Willis is dead the entire time.
Like, since we're doing spoiler alerts,
The boat sinks.
I was going to say Titanic doesn't make it. Spoiler alert.
Hey, hold up. The Sixth Sense one, that was a good one, though. That was a really good one. Because I remember watching that, like, as a kid, and you really trying to put, especially as a kid, you trying to put it all together. And then you look back at it as an adult, you like, dude, I can see this shit coming a mile
Yeah.
away. Like, I
The one that got me, and I was actually just having this conversation with some friends last night because we were talking about spoilers and because we were talking about like The Mandalorian and Star Wars and like people spoiler culture these days.
Hashtag nerds.
Um,
I'm sorry.
yeah, the geek shall inherit the earth. Hi.
No, I'm just trying to get you back for that joke you said earlier. That's it.
But no, talking about dude, The Crying Game. So I went and saw that movie opening weekend. Like I was there Friday night in the theater, and still vividly recall when that scene hit, and just like losing my mind, and being like, no. No, and you don't you almost don't get that these days because people are so like if I had not watched Mandalorian, which has a huge ending, if I had not watched
tell.
Mandalorian, huh?
Spoiler alert.
No, don't ruin
No,
that.
no, I would
It
never.
was a joke.
No, I would never.
Calm down.
But it has an amazing, just huge ending, and by 11 a.m. this morning. Or actually by 11 a.m. yesterday, so it dropped yesterday morning at 3 a.m. By 11 a.m., if I had not watched it, my Google News alerts and like push notifications from certain places would have spoiled it
Oh, yeah.
because
You
of
know
the, because of the headlines and the pictures they were including. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
I have not seen an episode of Mandalorian yet, and I couldn't tell you what happened at all.
It's so good, dude. it's so good.
I'm telling you right now,
You still haven't seen
if you
season
like,
one?
if
I
you
haven't
like
seen any of it.
old,
Oh,
if
man.
you like OG Star Wars,
Yeah.
it's like people are like, oh, the sequel trilogy sucks, but they love Solo because Solo was very much like A New Hope.
Solo
Okay,
was
can I
great.
tell you?
Solo was great.
You
Solo
will
was
love
good.
The Mandalorian.
Solo was good. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not that big into Star Wars. Like I'll go see the new movies.
We're
'cause,
gonna be
you know,
over here, Dave. We over here.
I don't know if I can keep talking to you.
Yeah, we over here.
I'm just not. I'm not that into
Yeah,
it.
we over here, man. You stay
I didn't
over
say. See, now here's the problem. When you say you're not that into it, people
You can
assume
sit, you
you're
can sit over there with your rice pudding.
No.
You can.
No. See, that's 2 strikes. 2 strikes, and when we 10 minutes into the podcast. So no, I would say this because a lot of times when you say, "Oh, I don't like this," people say like me saying that I
don't
like
hate it.
No,
I'm
but-
just not into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but me saying that I don't like it doesn't mean that it's trash.
Yeah.
Because if I thought it was trash, I would say, okay, it's trash.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
just saying, like, I'm not that it doesn't pique my interest that much. Like, I'll watch it. Like, if it's on TV and there's nothing else to do, okay, cool. Or if a new movie comes out, because me and my family are like movie busts, we just look for an excuse to go to the movies. So
I mean, for what it's worth, The Mandalorian through 2 seasons is better than
don't you say it.
any movie they've put out recently.
Okay, I thought you were about to say something crazy, like it's better than Breaking Bad or something.
Oh no, it's absolutely better than Breaking Bad.
Oh man, no, I want to fight you.
dude,
now.
The
Well,
The
second-
Mandalorian as a series.
I
Was
want to
that
fight
the,
you.
The second,
There
the,
is
the, the second of the sequel trilogy that just came out.
Yeah.
What was I can't remember the second one.
7, 8, and 9. Yeah.
What is it's episode 8? I
Yeah.
thought episode 8 was damn good.
It was good,
in comparison to everything
but
else that had came
like I said,
out.
but then you look at like Solo
Time
and you
out.
look at Rogue One and you look at what The Mandalorian has done.
Time out. bro.
Rogue One was terrible. The ending, great.
Well, I mean, that's the end. Dude, again, it's the ending it had to have because
Right,
you knew
that's
it,
what I'm saying.
it all
but
started like okay,
it
it's
not or ran
it's
together.
Hold on,
it's episode.
Whoa. I'm still trying to get over the fact that you fixed your mouth to say The Mandalorian was better than Breaking Bad.
Okay, white guy sells meth for 7 seasons. How entertaining can
5
that be?
seasons.
Okay, cool.
And it was very.
Like,
did
I-
you watch Breaking Bad?
Dude, I'll go back and watch Friends again before I go back and watch Breaking Bad
Oh,
again.
now you bullshitting. nowadays. Come on, man. We gotta find a new studio. You know,
As
we're
long
gonna
as
we're
you
gonna
don't-
do.
I
as
mean,
long
you-
as you don't do the engineering.
I know, yeah. No, I would
You wanna
rather
talk
do it.
Sons of Anarchy.
That's
we can talk that, but
ridiculous.
dude, Breaking Bad, like Breaking Bad, hit that critical mass point where they tried to push the story too far.
No, they didn't.
They
No, I can't even look at you right now. I can't. Oh man. All I see is a big bowl of rice pudding on the end of the table. I can't even look at
You
you.
see the breadcrumbs on his mac and
Yeah,
cheese.
the bread. I
Is
see
that what it is?
breadcrumbs, mac and cheese, and rice pudding. Oh, and then there's a video, real quick. This has nothing to do with nothing, but there's a video. Some woman beat the. I don't even know why this is a record, but ate the most jars of mayonnaise. And I don't know what the time frame is, but she got the record for the most jars of mayonnaise in so many minutes.
How can you just?
I couldn't even watch the video. Like as soon as it started, I turned my head away. Like,
like.
that
I
just-
feel like
that's so disgusting to me.
Guinness should just go. You know what? We don't want to keep track of that.
Why would
exactly.
you?
Like that.
Why
that
would
should
you?
be at their discretion. That like just.
This is how you know
nah.
white people run Guinness, because black people would have been like, "Yo, we straight."
I mean, well, they are in England, and those are some pretty white people. Like those
Yeah,
are the whitest.
That's
of the white
that's
people.
rice pudding central over there.
That's well, no, they do blood pudding, which is a
that's
little
even
different.
worse.
And,
That's yeah.
But no,
and they do something called spotted dick, which is just terrible.
Nah, bro. We've had our
It's bread, and but that's what they call it. It's-
yeah. I know, but it just better names for things.
yeah. No, English culture has a lot of issues.
Well,
A lot.
except for the blood pudding. Perfect name for it.
Oh, it's
Isn't it-
terrible.
isn't
No,
it really
and it's
blood?
terrible.
Yeah.
It looks like it. It's terrible.
Yeah. I think it does have a little bit of.
I mean,
blood in
originally
yeah.
it did. Now they do it with different food colorings and that kind of stuff.
You
but yeah.
got to have it the real way. You gonna do it. Don't call it that then.
No, I agree. If you're gonna
I mean, if
do
you
it,
have
do
to
it right.
take your blood pudding out at Stonehenge and sacrifice a virgin to get the blood. Yeah.
You know,
Gross. Anyway, I know there's some sneakers to talk about. We had
some blood pudding.
yeah. We should do that. We should do a blood
Apparently,
pudding
so
collab.
and this has been on my feed a lot today. Guys were super excited that they managed to land the Ric Flair sneakers. There you go. Look at me giving you a sneaker topic.
the
That's
Ric Flair sneakers.
Woo! Yeah, Ric Flair sneakers.
Oh, the
dropped
Dame
today.
joints.
The dames that the underwhelming dame ones.
Or it was
The
a
white
lot,
and gold ones, right?
it was a lot of white guys posting on my.
I just
feed.
wanted to
I'm
look out
happy.
the
I'm not
window
gonna
and
lie.
just try to figure out what my life went wrong. Like, I just want, like, damn, if I had just did better in high school. No, I can't even. Okay, so those Dame, what are they? Dame sixes, right?
I think it's the Dame 6.
Yes.
I think that's what
Now, I'm gonna say this. Okay, real quick. I bought those Louisville Don issue 2s, despite Donovan Mitchell
Oh, yeah.
joints. I'm actually hard. I can't tell you the last time I was that excited to get an Adidas basketball shoe.
I mean, his first, the Don issue ones, they were pretty straight.
I like the second ones better.
Adidas just does a shitty job at trying to market it.
Yeah, they do a horrible job. I gotta tell you this too. One of my favorite things when I talk to the people at the brands is how you got some people who are just kind of like indifferent. You know, they just like, I'm just getting a check from these brands. I don't care. You know, but there are some people who are just like, I don't want to say loyal to their brand. Well, I guess you could call it that, where they'll shit talk other brands.
Oh, of course.
Like that's one of my favorite things. Like I'll be texting somebody.
I do that about Coco.
And they be like, "What do you think? We're Adidas?" And they cracking up like
Coco Jumbo?
Who? No. Coco.
I thought you were going Lionel Richie. Hey, Coco Jumbo. Sorry.
wow.
I did that just to break you two up.
I
knew it
couldn't
would.
even. My brain was trying to process what you just did, let alone words
Yeah, exactly.
to respond to it. But no, it's always cracked me up, like, because I just had that recently with someone who was just like, "What do you think, we're Adidas?" It's like, damn. But I gotta say though, like, I mean, those are actually dope shoe. Nightwing did a review on them. You know, he talked about I forgot the name of the I think it's Bounce or something that they got.
That's what they're putting those?
Yeah.
I thought they had stopped putting Bounce in the basketball shoes.
Well, apparently they got it, but he's like, according to his review, he reviewed the it was more of the comic book one. I forgot. It was like lime. It was like a neon green, orange thing. Which surprisingly didn't bother me. Like that shoe. Usually when I see like all that green, I'm just kind of like, oh shit, I don't know. It only works on so many silhouettes, but it worked on that shoe too. And I actually like the Don issue 2 more than I like the Don issue 1.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've never been a big fan of the Adidas basketball line. I mean, there's been some shoes where it's like, I can rock with those. Like the Marquee Boost, I thought they were cool. They just did. They didn't like. I don't know what it is about the colorways.
They don't push anything.
No, they really don't do it. They do a shit job of pushing anything, and then the colorways.
I mean, even like with the Ric Flair collab with the Dames, there's like.
It was blue and it said "woo" on the bottom. I was like, wow.
Well, they got the other one. It's a white and gold one that's supposed to mirror, I guess, his gold robe.
It's his two most famous robes, the gold one and the blue one.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, in my opinion, the black and white one with the feathers, that is.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the best one.
I feel like they could have did
and
more.
And the pink one.
Well, he had a whole bunch of the red one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But see, again,
there's an all gold one that he had.
Well, that's the one that
But you said it was white and gold. Like it's more white than gold.
That's the shoe. That's the shoe that's white and gold. But
is it more white than gold?
What?
Oh yeah.
The shoe. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So that's my
point.
point.
What I'm saying. They did a terrible job of execution to pull it off.
There was so much more they could have did with that shit. Like,
but middle-aged white guys bought the shit out of it today. That's what happened.
Because middle-aged white guys designed it. Like, here's my thing. And that's the problem.
Does the data show that?
Yeah. Take that for data. But no, I mean, if you talk and see some of these people, you be like, okay, I can see why y'all don't make shit. But no, it just seems like so uninspiring. Like if you doing shit, if I could think of better designs than you, or you making just as good designs as me, like I just feel like you are whatever brand you working for, y'all are top in the world, right? Like Nike's number 1, Adidas number 2. You can go down the list. You would think these people would be trying to hire the top designers in the world, and yet, is my mic on? That sound like I don't know.
You on?
Okay.
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
No, but it just
he on, Dave. Don't worry about him.
Okay, no, I'm tripping.
Yeah, no, you sound. Here, let me. I'll do this quick.
Oh yeah, now it's better.
That's the fix for everything.
No, honestly, like every now and then you get, and I've tried to. In fact, I just went through and recycled everything for whatever reason. I think I have to replace that cable because it seems to be building up static in the line more than any others. Yeah.
What was it? Oh, but I just feel like as a brand, you should be wanting to hire like the best designers in the world, and I just feel like a lot of, they put out a bunch.
It should be some form of standards.
Yeah, it's just like everything you do is basic. What is there to get excited about?
I mean, I guess think of where is Adidas' focus?
And it's messed up that I'm criticizing them as I'm giving them credit, but
yeah, well, where has their focus been at?
Lately,
Yeah, I mean, just in all.
so I know. I
honesty.
mean, in the last couple of years, been runners and, trying to eat off the retros like the Stan Smiths and the.
Yeah, but I mean,
But even that, I feel like it's kind of run its course. So I just kind of feel like y'all not really doing anything with it. Like you look at a Stan Smith, they might change the color on the mustache on the heel. Like this time it's green, now it's red. And it's like I don't feel like they're doing too much as far as.
Yeah, but the problem also is they tried to treat like the Stan Smith, the superstar. They try to treat that like the white Air Force One. It comes out every year. There's never anything different with it.
Well, yes, I'm saying it's mostly white. That's why I feel like, I mean, and to be critical of Nike, I feel like this is why the Air Force Ones fall out because it's like you can only give me so many white-based Air Force Ones with minor changes here and there before I just lose interest.
Well,
I feel like they've been uninspired too with the Air Force Ones, which is why they fell off. Why Dunks have been hot again, I don't know. I mean, honestly, this generation of sneakerhead is so fickle.
We told you why. We told you why before.
Why?
Travis Scott.
Oh yeah,
That's legit the reason
real
why.
Talk. I mean, real talk.
Because people are sheep.
If you see a shoe and it didn't interest you, and then somebody wore the shoe and now it interests you,
That's how they operate.
I can see if
think about the Yeezys. Think about the Yeezys. If it was not Kanye West's name attached to that shoe,
right,
nobody would buy it.
I can see if you didn't know the Dunks existed. Like if you didn't know Dunks existed, and then Travis Scott wearing them brought it to your attention that they existed, and now you're interested in them. That's one thing. But if you knew the shoe existed before, and you didn't give a fuck, and then all of a sudden he wears it, and now they're a hot shoe again. Yeah. Like no.
But, I mean, again, that's how.
Because that's why I think when people say influencers, first of all, that's not even the right term. I feel like because you don't influence anybody, you just bring awareness to certain things, right? So like, if a certain shoe is coming out and I was not aware of it, and you wearing it made me aware of it,
right?
Because the shoe, you're not making me buy the shoe because I was going to buy the shoe regardless based on my likes, right?
Right.
But nowadays, you can sell a trash shoe like the Yeezys and people buy it just because.
Yeah. I mean, think about what would happen if Travis Scott wore a pair of Jordan 2s. What would happen?
All of a sudden, people love Jordan 2s all of a sudden, which
a shoe is a shoe that
it's annoying
for the most part.
I would hate to be
all of your sneakerhead, all of your quote unquote sneakerheads that were born in the year probably like 2000 on up have probably more than likely would say that the Jordan 2 is trash.
I know. I mean, people been saying that.
Right. I like the Jordan 2s.
I was gonna say I like the Jordan 2s too.
I like
as a
the
collector,
lows,
I would like them to bring up the OGs, but
I like the 2 lows though.
I'm surprised they dropped those a couple years ago too. Like,
yeah,
it just seemed out the blue, at least for the Jordan brand, because it looks like they're sticking to what sells. This is why we haven't gotten the 16s like we wanted. Like there's no reason why we should get a Cherrywood. But here we are.
Been waiting, man.
Here we
Look how long it took for us to finally get Cool Gray 11s again.
Right, and that's what I know.
And we still don't know if they're gonna do them right.
Because that's what makes me think about the 18s. Like I have yet to see somebody actually wear an 18, outside of people that I know are into sneakers, like legitimately. Like walking on the streets. When was the last time you seen somebody wearing an Air Jordan 18?
I think, to be 100% totally honest, I feel like I am the last person that I've seen wear.
I think I'm the last person I've seen wear 18. So that's my point. It's like, but they sold out. It's like, where do they go? Like, is somebody hoarding 18s in the basement?
To the outlet, to the community store, and then they just sit on the 20% off rack. And
those orange ones.
Exactly.
They've been sitting there forever.
Still there.
Yeah. So I guess even people have their limits when it comes to certain things.
But if you think about that, why they bring the 19s back out? Like, what was the purpose of that? See,
did they?
Remember they brought the ones that they tried to tell the story that Melo wore them in the what was that in the rookie sophomore game.
That's how forgettable that shit was.
See, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. What was the purpose of bringing that out? But you can't bring back like 16s on a consistent basis
because they don't.
You can't bring back 17s.
I feel like
on a consistent basis.
I feel like this. I feel like any brand worth its salt should have some connection to the community. At least have their ear to the ground, right? I don't remember anybody begging for those 19s to come back out. But yeah, they did it. But you had people begging for the 2s. You had people begging for like the 16s.
Dude, even when they brought the 20s back out, nobody was asking for those.
And I know I was. But I know
But they only brought which ones did they do?
they brought the stealth ones.
And then they did the
they had the playoff ones. I still have yet to find those in the 15, but if anybody can find those in the 15, I'll snatch them up so quick. But
I just feel like they could bring back, some more of the retro line. Like, honestly.
I just feel like they could. And like I already know I'm gonna get a text from somebody who's gonna listen to this, like, well, our analytics shows.
Screw your analytics.
Yeah, it's like, bro, like, I mean, if you haven't put out this shoe in like 20 years, I mean,
like
what analytics do you have?
A pair of 23s coming back out, like not the ones that they have coming out. The collab, I guess, is with Titan, or something. Yeah,
which are dope.
But yeah, they are. But can I get the OG, the white, silver, blue 23s that came out that were like super exclusive, like damn near. I mean, especially here.
Yeah,
I think only like 2 stores ended up getting them in the metro area. Like,
I mean, there's a whole list of shoes we can go.
Come on, man.
Like, I'm still mad about the Trophy Room 17s and why they didn't extend the size run on them bitches. I'm like, why would you? So what size 15? So you'll make a size 15 in like these other colorways, but not this colorway. That's what infuriates me.
Well, I was gonna say that's something different.
I know, and I know I'm going on a tangent, but that's what infuriates me as a person, with a size 15, and I know people with smaller feet can relate. Is like y'all have the capability to make this shoe in these colorways because you have the molds already. The molds already exist,
right?
So it doesn't cost you any more to make a 15 or children's
size. As I said, you're already able to.
Yeah, so it's like, why not? Like, why limit yourself?
No, I mean, at least just maybe limit the amount of pairs you make.
Yeah, I mean, they're already limited anyway. I mean,
right.
Make a handful of 15s, 16s, whatever.
I mean, well, you connected now to
and yet they'll come
brand.
out with some like brown, orange, and red, some atrocity to wear on your feet. All like in a huge size run. It's like, wow. I remember they did that with the Shack Attacks. Like, I remember I went and looked for size 15 Reebok Shack Attack, and it was like gray, orange, and white. I mean, it was gray, red, and white. It was like, but the color blocking was just horrible. And I'm like, okay, so I can get this piece of shit, but like the cool colorways, the original colorways, I can't.
Why would a Shack Attack even be in that colorway?
I'm throwing. You can't see me right now. I'm throwing my hands up.
Why wouldn't they just put it in the colorways of maybe all of the teams that he played for?
Like the LSU colorway, couldn't get those. The original colorway, couldn't get those. Like, and I've told this story many a times. The Penny, they retro the original foam posits and the Shack Attacks on the same day. I had my money set up to get both. Why is it that I can get the pennies, but just think about just how that sounds. That Shaq, the tallest player ever, the biggest feet ever. I wasn't able to. They limited the size run to that guy. To a size 14, but I can get a penny in a size 15.
I mean,
how that sound? And the pennies cost more.
They do. You gonna have to talk to your people.
They retail for like what? 230,
220, 200, 220. Talk to your people over at Reebok, man.
I did.
Well, do what the rest of the influencers do. Blast them on social media, and then they'll just send you a picture.
Yeah, I should just bitch and moan about it on social media.
That's what usually works.
I just bitch and moan on the show. It usually works sometimes.
So keep it up.
Nah, but
it'll be a Reebok package waiting for you.
Probably. That seems to be the way to do things now. Just bitch and moan.
That's so whack.
Bitch and moan. Like, see, okay. So I just want to say this. When I complain, right, I try to obviously, you try to incorporate yourself because, like, when I talk about like the lack of, extending the size run. Of course, I'm gonna talk about myself because it's something that directly affects me, but I try to talk in terms of this doesn't just affect me; it affects other people like me that wears.
Well, I mean, that's what I say. I can at least appreciate that.
Yeah, even just now when I did my whole spiel, I even referenced people that have smaller sizes.
Right.
And so I try to incorporate other people, so it's like, okay, when I talk, I'm not just talking for myself. Once again, I use myself as a reference point.
Right.
But,
like when I see people,
but you got people that just talking for themselves. I didn't get this. It's
man, I can't never hit on sneakers, and then
like, okay.
lo and behold, you just get gifts. It's like, come on.
Well, how did this person get this and I didn't get it? It's like, okay. Let's not do that. You know what I'm
I was
saying?
gonna say that's a topic.
My
in
man
itself,
got on
man.
a Death Row Records jacket. Like, that was only hot for like 1 year. That was 1995, bro.
He probably got the chain too.
Bruh. Some things just ain't cool no more.
Welcome to Detroit.
It's owned by Hasbro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I
Dude,
just
that's
like
imagine the collabs. you
whatever
could do.
gangster that label had left in it was
You get
just,
you a Suge Knight Power Ranger.
just dissolved and evaporated as soon as it was bought by Hasbro.
Imagine they did. They
They
make
come over to Suge Knight, my buddy.
dude. They make they make the Power Ranger gang, and you got Suge Knight, and his finishing move is hanging you over the balcony.
That is hilarious.
Shout out to Suge Knight.
So, yeah, is he still in jail?
I think so.
Oh wow. Well, yeah. So anyway, like I said, we didn't do a Fab Five list.
All y'all need to know
The
is
last-
Jubilees came out. All y'all trashed them, and y'all still went out
And
and
they
bought
still
them.
saw the.
So
This is why I do not
Yeah.
pay y'all no attention when y'all
all
say,
of y'all trashed
throw
them.
these trash. Okay.
I trashed them, and I legit don't like them. So me trashing them was legit.
First of all, I don't even understand where the trashing came from because they weren't trash. It was just
they were trash.
they weren't trash. Trash is like
it was lazy. It was just very lazy.
had we not gotten like 10 other Black 11s, they wouldn't have been trash. I think that's what it was. I just think it was just kind of like okay.
It was
here's
real
another-
redundant. Like
It was.
just.
That was it. But that's the only knock on it.
But I just feel like
looking at the shoe
hol-
itself, it was not a bad looking shoe.
It's not, but the Holiday 11, I just feel like it. When you put out something like that, it just completely loses the meaning behind why that release is supposed to be so important. Like that is supposed to be like their flagship, biggest release of the year,
Agreed.
and you put that out. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's so lackluster. Like you can do better.
It was the Godfather 3 of Jordan 11s. but it's not a bad movie. It's just not as good as the other two.
The Godfather 3 of Jordan 11s, honestly, is when they tried. Was that the win like was it the win like 85 or win like 84?
Yeah.
That white navy blue one.
Those are hard. You ain't like those?
I didn't like I didn't like the theme that they was trying to put
I'm
behind
gonna
it.
need you to turn your own mic off.
But you know I don't really like. Yeah, Dave ain't
Dave
here.
ain't here.
Oh, God
He
damn
came
it!
in just in time. Turn off Gino's mic.
No,
He just
no,
said something
come
ridiculous.
on, no. Remember, he talked about Godfather 3 being the greatest
I know,
movie. Yeah.
I'm not,
Yep,
Not trusting
yep.
your judgment
Yep,
at all.
see,
I
there
don't-
we go.
I don't think I can.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. See,
Wow. No, like that. First of all, the reason I appreciate it, well, first of all, he got two 11s that year, but I appreciated that 11 because it was a different colorway, which, you know, it seems like Jordan Brand and Nike are like really apprehensive to trying other colors or other crayons in a crayon box
I
other
respect.
than white, black, and red. But
I respect that part, but it's just like.
and even
don't-
then, they stuck to a normal theme of the UNC colorway, so I don't even know if I can give them that
That's
much
what
credit.
I'm saying.
But as far as an 11,
don't give me that bullshit story.
as far as an
though.
11, I mean, it was a bullshit story.
That's what I'm saying.
But at least they give us a story. You know, like, hey, look.
I mean, it's a bullshit story, and that's like the bullshit story they're trying to give us behind the Jubilees. Like, yeah, this is the 25th anniversary, and you know, like this is the anniversary.
no, I mean,
11.
well, that's not a bullshit story.
If it's supposed to be an anniversary 11, don't give me that. Why don't you give me the Jordan 11 from out the original DMP pack? Give me that 11 by itself.
No,
standalone.
okay, we're talking about the story of the shoe because the story is legit. 25th anniversary. That's a legit. That's a legit.
That's a
reason to
legit
put out a
story,
shoe.
but then you shouldn't put that shoe out knowing that you've just put out cap and gowns.
I will agree that there was nothing jubilant about that colorway,
That's what I'm saying.
but
That's why I said it was lazy. It was
But
just
I will
lackluster.
say this: like I think that shoe would have been dope if we just did one minor change. Remember I think I mentioned this before. Remember the outsole on the All Star Sixes?
Yeah,
It had that pearlized.
Yeah.
If they would have did that on the outsole,
right, man. Kind of like that milky.
because we've seen it before, and
Yeah.
no things are going to turn
Nah,
with
they're
the
probably,
quickness.
they're probably yellow already.
Yeah, a lot of people just which in combination with that upper, this is why I always hated the original Space Jams because you got black and blue, and then white and brown on the bottom. It just clashed to me.
Yeah.
And this is why I like the new ones. Got that blue tint on there so it doesn't turn yellow as fast. These, I just felt like, okay. But I like everything else on the upper. The upper I have no problem with. To me, the outsole Well, the fact that it's all black, but I feel like we could have did something else.
That's why I said, like, to me, it's
It could have been gold. They could have gave us the gold 11s.
I'm saying.
See, yeah, God damn it. No.
That's what I said. If you're going to use,
I hate when I agree with you.
When you use the name like Jubilee and you want to tell that story of, this is the anniversary one, you got to give me something better than.
They could have given us the gold medal 11s that we've seen. Those obviously they're fakes. But
It doesn't matter. You see,
like the Sixers, they gave us
shit
the
they coming out with now anyway.
Oh,
Look like they copying from fakes.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I said, look, shout out, I guess, to everybody that trashed the shoe but then still bought the shoe because you all are just sheep. You all say everything is trash and then you turn around and you buy everything. So,
Well, no, well, shout out to them. Obviously I was gifted. a pair.
dude, shout out to the Neon 95 selling out on sneakers. And
I
people
was actually-
legit not getting it. I got a pair, but people legit not getting it.
Jesus, you had to drop that in there.
Of course.
No, I mean, once again,
When's the last time you seen anybody hype up 95s?
I'm just shaking my head because I don't have an answer for you. I really, at this point, I'm so ready to close out 2020 and pretend this didn't happen.
I mean, when it came to that 95,
Who
like,
isn't?
I just want to go from like 2018 to 2021.
I'm waiting for like Target to come out with their drink, drank, drunk decor to like combat live, laugh, love. Like that's 2020.
you might have given them an idea. They gonna hit up Dr. Seuss and be like, "Yo, can we borrow that?"
Well, no, I just, oh man, what were we talking about?
No, like that 95.
Yeah,
I seen like OG sneaker.
and I want those.
heads
And I didn't go for those. And the reason I didn't go for those
I
because
have.
I want those Indestructs that are coming out.
You like that one?
Yeah, I actually kind of do.
I mean, look, I give you credit for actually liking that because I don't think it's terrible, but I'm like,
It's a unique.
it's just
it's different.
It's very different.
But I dig it.
That's one I gotta see in person. I gotta see that in person.
I mean, to me, it's only gonna get better in person. I mean, if I like the pictures.
Looks like a good winter shoe.
Oh yeah, it looks like a great winter shoe. Like, I know what I'm rocking next week, but
Yeah, you don't have to wear your Jordan 8s in the rain anymore.
Speaking of, oh damn it, I just messed my headphones up. Speaking of which, man, okay, so Dave, you'll love this. I have, I have a, I want to call it a working relationship with Mitchell and Ness, but
Well, you're a model for them.
yeah, I guess big and tall, plus size model for Mitchell and Ness.
He's working for DXXL.
Yes.
Yeah, Fashion Nova, you better scoop them up.
I don't know shit about hockey, but there are some hockey jerseys that are absolutely dope. And,
100%.
And so I was looking for a Gordie Howe, but they only got the one I found was like a size down from what I normally wear.
Yeah, you won't find Gordie Howe jerseys like super big just because they didn't make like especially not if you wanted autographed or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like replicas, you might now.
Well, no, they did make some, but like they're gone. Like you
Yeah.
know, like they're like in a collector's closet somewhere.
Right.
But I did find I don't know if Bobby Hull, Blackhawks,
Yeah.
That's a
and
good
then
one.
It's dope.
Esposito, Bruins jersey.
Oh, Phil Esposito, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, and when I saw the Bruins jersey, like the first thing I thought it was Happy Gilmore, but
Well,
I love
now,
that
and you
movie.
know why Esposito was cool, right? Like you said, you don't know hockey, but like, do you know why Esposito was cool?
No.
So he played goalie, and his whole thing was he's the one that started. Like he wore the Friday the 13th hockey mask,
Okay.
and he put he would draw in stitches every time he took a shot off the face.
Yeah.
And by the time he was done with his career, like his whole mask was almost black.
What?
Because he was one of the first generation of goalies that wore a mask.
Right. Oh, awesome.
That's crazy. Dudes didn't wear a mask.
I know. How,
Like,
dude,
that
y'all
is-
wild.
Because dude, nobody took slap shots. Nobody did. Do you look? So I remember like when I played hockey all the way through college, and then I shattered my kneecap and I stopped, obviously. And then like 10 years later, I went to go buy pads again. The tech evolution in pads,
Oh, I'm sure.
dude. Like when I was playing, your arm pads were like two pillows that were stitched together that fit over your arms. When I went and bought pads 10 years later, RoboCop. It was crazy. Like I was in a Gundam suit.
Wow. Speaking of which, shout out to Dennis Chalowski For the Detroit Red Wings, we're gonna get him on the show pretty
Yeah,
soon.
shout out. Yeah,
Yeah, we did a Zoom call with him. And
he's a hype beast, but he's cool.
no, he's super cool. Like real down to earth. He's from Vancouver, you know, like, baby steps.
Vancouver, where Caesar thinks that that's somewhere on the East Coast.
I didn't know. I asked. I didn't say where. I said, where is it at in Canada? That's why you ask questions. Like, you don't know, you ask questions.
You pull out a map.
I don't keep, dog. Why am I pull out a map when I can just ask him? He's right there. He's
See,
from there.
man, that's what's wrong with society now, because people don't have to
No,
use
that's
the
what's wrong
map
with
when
society because you
driving.
can't even ask people
When people
questions.
don't use a map for driving, they use GPS for everything. They don't know how to read a map anymore. They don't know their directions.
Well,
Dude, no. When somebody go north, dude, no. Tell me, like, when I hit the Tim Hortons, am I taking a left or right? Like, don't tell me this
well,
north.
apparently
east,
you didn't
west.
have the traffic feature on yours. It would have showed you there was cars in front of you.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I don't understand how anybody knows. I don't get how anybody instinctively knows like the ordinal directions of the compass. Like I don't like
No.
that's beyond me.
What you mean?
Like, oh well, go north for 20 miles. Dude, I don't know north. Like,
How do you not know?
and then you're gonna head east on 74.
That's how I
go
that's how
left.
but that's how I interpret traffic. But I mean, that's how I interpret directions. But that's because I come from a military family, so you know that's.
What helped me learn directions was the freeway.
Because that's how I
Cool.
give. That's how I give
what did it for me.
directions.
I'm
'cause
still trying
like,
to figure out how 696 is supposed to be a straight road, and yet it intersects with 10 Mile 4 times. Like that's.
I mean, because it dips a
But is that
little
good?
bit. Yeah.
More than a little bit.
Yeah. Or how like 94 East is really going north, but it's at a certain point. Yeah.
I mean, you could 94 West is technically going south.
Yeah,
A little bit southwest.
I mean, but still going south.
it's heading down the river.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. I mean, it really does go west though, because you
It
take
would
a trip
do,
to
yeah.
Chicago,
it
but
does, yeah. But it's still south of Detroit.
Excuse me.
So it's southwest. So
no, it's weird here in Michigan. But no, that's how I get directions though. I'd be like, go west on like if I'm trying to tell you get to like here, I'm gonna say like, okay, take Woodward north, depending on where you're coming from. If you're from downtown,
I
Say
bet you
Woodward
people
North.
still when they be like, All right,
Yeah,
what's
they
the
be like,
address
what?
again? All right, let me put that in my GPS.
don't make a right left at the McDonald's. Like, okay, all right.
That's what, dude. That's like those are normal people directions. Like, so no, it's like you ever go to New
But it
England?
depends on what direction you're coming from. This is why east, west, north, south is works.
Well, because like you go to New England and they're like, oh yeah, well you go like when you hit the Smith, you go up that road, and then when you hit the Smith barn, take a left, and they don't tell you the Smith barn burned down
depends.
15 years ago. Like that's like that's New Hampshire direction.
It depends on where you, because if you're coming south on Woodward, me telling you take a right might not be the right way. You know, if I'm
Because
thinking
it's
you're going
Michigan.
north.
2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 rights make a left.
That's true.
That was another good one.
I know. I didn't think about it for a second.
Hey man,
Did you notice the brief silence?
He got both his belts up now, man. Like for real.
He-
That's a good one.
He a tag team champion by himself.
Yeah, exactly. Slam dunk.
Right. Hey. He don't need nobody else. He alley-ooped him to himself off the backboard like T-Mac. Damn it, you done threw me off now. I was impressed. What was he talking about before that? We was talking about the Air Max's shoes we're looking forward to. Honestly, I think I'm done for the year. Oh, real quick, going back to Complex, man. So some jackass there said that they made a list of the top shoes of the year, and some the fuck how the Off-White Black Jordan 5 is number one. If you don't get the fuck out of here, first off, I could think,
That's why I don't look at lists anymore.
Doug, I'm like, what is this list based off of? If you're going off the StockX resale price, I guess it's up there. But that to me does not make it the best. You know, it's a lot of variables that go into that, availability and all that other shit. If you asking me, was the best shoe of the year? I mean, there's a number of shoes we could debate it, which we're gonna have to do. Matter of fact, before New Year's, hopefully we do another show.
Battle Royal.
We gotta do our list of whatever Sneaker Royal Rumble.
There's
which,
no-
Dave, I know you'll love.
There's no way that
So I'm ready-
that Off-White 5.
First
is
of
number
all,
one.
the Puma Nintendo joints are better than that. If given the choice, I'm picking those. Like, no question. It's cheaper, better material, and it look better. It's a better looking shoe.
No, I mean my.
I don't-
If I was to pick one shoe for this year, I'd probably have to say the Ben and Jerry Chunky Dunkies. Honestly,
I wouldn't even say that though. Like, I mean, not to say that doesn't deserve to be in the conversation.
I say that for the fact of the dunk fandom for this year. That kind of really kicked it into high gear.
But I'm gonna say this though, and this is why I take pride in our Royal Rumble, because when we do our Royal Rumble,
we bringing everybody to the table.
Exactly. So for people that don't know, every year January we do our Royal Rumble, where basically every day you guys get to eliminate a shoe until we get to our number one shoe.
Most time y'all pick the hype shoes too, so y'all got to do
most
better.
time y'all got to do a better job. Pick the shoes on merit, based on looks, not name, not hype. Does this shoe look better than the other shoe? Now, I will say this: one of the things, because I remember when we first did it, it was just like everybody just picked Jordan, Nike. And so what we did was like, okay, everybody has to pick a shoe.
And then you cheated that year too, so.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody has to pick a shoe, but it has to be from a different brand. So if one shoe is a Jordan, you can't pick another Jordan on your list. And that forces you, one, to do your homework and do some research.
For sure.
And then two, you actually do come across like, damn, wait a minute. Like, 'cause I remember when I was doing mine, I was like, okay, because
you forget about certain stuff.
You forget about some
out.
shit, and you're like, damn, these came out this year?
Yeah.
And, like, because, like, even with so, like, I just mentioned the Pumas, but shout out to, what's my man's name? Frank Hooker. Those nice kicks, Reebok Questions, the Gone Fishing joints.
Yeah.
Them better than them Off-White Fives.
Oh, yeah. Them Bubba Gumps.
Them better than them Off-White
Chuck.
Fives. And I will argue, I will die on this hill.
The Bubba Chucks is pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm like, dog, like, actually think about, like, that's my problem.
I mean,
it's complex to be as big as they are and to claim that they're like some type of voice of sneaker culture.
Even with Pumas, like, I like the J. Cole sneaker. I thought that was dope.
There's a lot of dope. That's what I'm saying. Like, dog, like, y'all have access. Y'all actually get paid to do this shit. Some
Yeah,
of us
but
are
at
doing
the
this in our
same
free
time, but I mean, let's be for real. They feed into the hype.
I know. I'm just saying. It's just like,
That's what they
like,
gonna do.
Really?
That's what they gonna do. They just feed into the hype, man.
Not to mention, not that the white pair. If you was gonna pick an Off-White 5, the white pair was better than the black pair.
Yeah, that black pair was
by
terrible.
far.
Yeah.
Now they both look dumb with them stupid circles in them, but
The white pair was a little bit more tolerable.
It was tolerable.
Yeah, than the black pair.
But still, I mean, everybody bought into so Jordan could see through his opponent, so I'm gonna buy that. Okay, like,
I mean, it's the same reason why we all clown the Jordan. What was that? Was that the 20?
With the big window?
Yeah, which one? Was
yeah,
that?
no, exactly.
We clown that shoe.
Exactly. Like,
we clown that shoe.
Get those windows out of here.
Right. Everybody clown that shoe.
Oh, but Off-White's doing it? Oh, now they cool now.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's what I'm talking. Exactly. That goes back to our point earlier. Like,
ring the bell on people. Man.
Yeah. All y'all that bought those Off-White 5s. Every single person.
Everybody at Complex to say that it's the sneaker of the year.
Them too, dog. It sounds like we're doing mass or something. Like, people die, like they ring the bell. Every name.
I was gonna say we need an Undertaker bell.
We
for that
do,
man.
We need to do, and I've kind of been doing it already. Our in memoriam.
Yeah, dude,
that shit is hilarious. And every time I do it,
is that like it feels like every couple weeks it seems like somebody's shoes.
Somebody's falling apart. I know. Shoes don't last like they used to. But no, I'm gonna
let you know how bad of a year 2020 has been.
Because I don't even know how he came up with that. I really don't. I don't know how I'm just happy that we did. But anybody has shoes that fell apart this year?
Let us know.
Yeah, send it to our DMs. Tag us, whatever. Send it to our DMs. At the end of the year, we're gonna do an in memoriam to all the shoes we lost in 2020.
That's a real thing, man, because that really does hurt. Too.
Yeah, that's the most painful.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
I know. I've had some shoes come back to life. Out to Sal, the sneakerhead.
Yeah, now shout out to yourself.
I played some part in it. I cleaned them up. He brought back my Olympic 7s and my Toro 21s.
Yeah, but what did you recently? What's the most? Was it the LeBrons that you had?
Oh man, yeah, dog, I don't even know how that happened. I was hurt. I just happened to be sitting down.
Was that your first time wearing them?
No.
Oh.
I just happened to look down. I looked down at my foot. I'm like, the fuck is that, man? I was so pissed.
You know the other painful part about that? It's actually embarrassing also.
It is very embarrassing. Now, luckily it was on the inside foot, so, and it's real small, but I noticed it. On top of that, I feel like I've lost the most shoes this year out of this group. Like, I don't know. Like,
I think Dunks doesn't wear shoes.
Yeah, Dunks doesn't wear shoes at all. And then the shoes he does wear, like that levels he used to, like, shovel snow in, which I know Jumpman is loving right now.
I was gonna say Jumpman probably jumped off.
We should have like
truck.
we should have, You know how there was the Nate Robinson and Jake Paul fight? We should have a jump in by stick and dunks. I guarantee it won't go the same way that fight went.
No, it will just the opposite in terms of race. Yeah. 100%. Jumpman look like, I mean,
Jumpman is like ready.
Jumpman probably can't move the quickest, but he'll probably just cut the ring off on him anyway.
Yeah. It'll be a slow, methodical fight, but, the outcome is, it is what it is.
Wait, hold up. I can imagine Jumpman just punching him, just like wailing on him, and like, I'm going to beat some sense into you.
Man. It would be, you know what it is? It would be like a boss fight in Batman. Batman be getting all those hits in, but then like the bigger person, like if you like slow telegraph hits,
just be eating them.
But if you get hit though, like it knocks you back like 4 feet.
It's over with. No, man. I think JB would look forward to that actually.
I know he would look forward to it. Either him or Mayer. We should get Mayer.
Well, he boxes.
My God.
He boxes too.
Yeah, that would be. Oh my God. Like,
hold on. I don't know if having Mayer do it would be a good thing because Mayer might.
We might have those Mike Tyson rules, like no knockouts. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think he'd really follow it?
No,
exactly.
No,
exactly.
It'd be pointless. But at least we can cover ourselves. Like we tried. We tried to tell him. No, whatever happened, and it happened. But
no, he'd for sure look forward to that.
Oh, I know you would.
Maybe that's why Dunk should go to Complex, because then he'll be in New York.
I was gonna say, I guarantee Dunk's listening to this right now. Like, damn, wait a minute.
Maybe I should rethink that decision.
I don't know if you want to be in the same vicinity. I guarantee you, Mayer ain't forgot.
I don't think he's forgotten, and it's like if he'll find out. He'll find out when he's there. You know how like New York is just one of those cities where it's like people talk so freely.
Yeah.
Where you just find out.
If there was ever a connected city, it's New York. I promise you, whatever happens in sneakers, everybody knows.
Exactly.
That's the one thing I do love about New York is that, like, even like you can have beef, but y'all still show up to the same spot though because it's that tight knit. Whereas here, it's just.
Well, you know how it is here.
Man.
Clearly, if you got beef, like some people are unwilling to show up to certain spots because they got beef with somebody. Yeah, and then
quote unquote. Now there's new beef over the drive-through window.
Wait, hold up. That still hasn't gotten resolved?
No, but I can. Okay, so
I understand where they're coming from with it 100%. Like I felt like it was pretty bad to say this is the first.
It was funny. Okay, so Foot Locker did reach out. So
pretty sure it wasn't Foot.
So for our listeners who don't know,
probably wasn't Foot Locker. It was a certain person from Foot Locker.
Oh, it was, but it wasn't the person you're thinking of.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay, so here's what happened. So Foot Locker built like one of the first power stores here in the country, here in Detroit, right? And they've been around, it's been a couple years now, a year or two.
No, I think it's been longer than a year. I think it's been like 2 to 3 years almost now.
Okay. Still kind of relatively recent, right? Meanwhile, Burn Rubber's been here since forever, right? Okay. Like, so early, when did Roll get the window? I don't even know when that popped
up. I want to say that was maybe about 4 years ago. It's been around for a while.
It's been a minute. And shout out to J. John, because I believe that
but what's funny about that is I remember like seeing that come up, and I was like, "Damn, that's smart."
Yeah, I thought that was pretty. I remember seeing it. I just couldn't remember how long. My time.
While.
Yeah, my ability to kind of reference time.
It's been a while, and I think like just seeing it. I think I remember like one of the Yeezys was like one of the first shoes they did it with because they was trying to limit. It looked like they were trying to limit all of the people being at the store waiting on the shoe release to actually shop at the store and have people that wanted to release just come up pick your shit up.
Exactly. So I was separating the crowd basically.
Yeah.
Shout out to J. John because I believe that was his idea, right?
Yep.
Shout out to Road too because it's his store.
Yep.
So they put it together, right? So Foot Locker Detroit comes up with an idea like 5 years later, but the way they're promoting it, and shout out to shout out to Rosie, also Radio by the way, because she kind of pointed it out too. Like, yo, y'all out here like now. I'm not sure if Foot Locker said they were the first, but they were acting like it.
I think everything I saw did say that they were the first.
Yeah, it is.
If it didn't say that they said that they were the first, that people that were commenting on it and promoting it were saying that this was the first.
Okay, so it was heavily implied.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah,
was heavily implied.
That's probably the best way to put it.
Heavily implied that they were the first, right? And now, I know that sounds petty to some people, like, who gives a shit who at the window first. The problem is and I can relate, once again, as a smaller show versus some of these bigger entities like Complex and Nice Kicks and all these other people, is that, you try to be unique and stand out because these things already exist. So in order to compete, you have to do what they do better, or you have to come differently.
Right.
So you come up with unique content, you come up with different things, and so, so it sucks when, we do something or another podcast does something, and then all of a sudden Complex gets the bright idea to do the same thing, but then take credit for it, to act like they came up with it. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
Shit like that. Recently, I don't know if people follow SB. It used to be called SB Nation. Now it's called Secret Base.
Yeah.
But they had these things called Rewind.
Oh, dude, I
love those. Right?
I watch every last one.
And then, like about a month or two ago, ESPN tried to do the same shit. And it was funny because exact same cadence, like the same way that they did Rewind.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the same jokes, the same narration.
Is it on the app or
it's on the YouTube channel?
I'm gonna have to go on.
You ought to look at. They was talking about the Boston Celtics. Anyway,
I'm gonna have to see
with
that.
KG and them. And I mean, you look at the comments, everybody's commenting. I'm like, yo, like this is a complete ripoff of SB Nation, or
because the way they do that is like perfect.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Like but they had to, when you have to go a different route, you come up with creative content because you're not ESPN. You don't have the resources of an ESPN,
right?
So you got to do things differently. And so with Burn Rubber, they got one location now. They used to have 2 locations in Tampa, but now it's just back down to 1 location. So you're a smaller entity versus Foot Locker, who's this national thing.
Worldwide.
Yeah, exactly, worldwide. So you got to compete differently, right? So you come up with this idea for a drive through window, and then here goes Foot Locker, years later after the fact, at least here in Detroit. Now, I'll get to that later. At least here in Detroit, they're like, oh, we came with the window too. But, like I said, it's heavily implied that they came up with it. So I can see why Roe and J. John would be upset because it's like, damn, like, what I'm saying?
At least give us our credit.
At least give us our due. You know what I'm saying? At least don't try to take credit. Even if you're not going to give us our credit, don't try to take it from us.
Right.
Right. So I can understand where they're coming from. And so there was a big kerfluffle about it. I will say this about Detroiters. We are defensive of our own.
Oh, 100%.
Defensive.
Like the comments that I was reading on that was just like, man, people was coming for him on that.
Especially if you are somebody that is as beloved as Burn Rubber and Roe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so of course people that knew, oh yeah, they was all in the comments.
Oh, for sure.
And so then I even posted something too because I'm just kind of like, yo, what type of shit is this? Now, I ain't going to mention no names because we, once again,
it's not what we do.
No, especially not here because I ain't trying to put nobody under the bus. But I think there was while I personally don't put the blame on this person's feet, Roe did. Right? So there was, there's still some tension there.
I can see why.
I can understand why too, but I understood that this wasn't necessarily his fault. Like, he's not the CEO. Right. And I felt like this call came from above his head, his position, like this above him, like whatever.
But then I feel
like he's smart enough to know. Now, some people didn't feel that way, but this is why I feel like we need to talk. This goes back to my point about New York and those other stuff. We don't have that type of connection, even though we're connected. We all know each other. I feel like New Yorkers, even if there's beef, there's gonna at some point there's enough interested people in the middle to bring both sides and then resolve it.
Why don't you bring them to?
I might just do that.
I think you are the guy to do it. I mean, honestly,
I might just do that, but it depends though because, like, Detroit is weird when it comes to the secret community. Like, it is so fractured and.
So what you're trying to say is, if there was a problem, you'd solve it.
I can't hear you on. I swear.
I turned my mic off.
Okay.
So what you're trying to say is, if there was a problem, you'd solve it.
I would try to.
Should we check out the hook while the DJ revolves it?
Oh, look at you!
You about to get him all hyped up again?
No,
you know you about to.
Because I swear to God, Dave spends all week thinking of like one-liners to drop during the show. Like, all right, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say that.
You really think he thinks
No, the
that
sad
much,
reality. This
he
is
thinks
just how
that
my
much
brain
about
works.
you?
That's no.
Yeah,
This is just how my brain works.
So,
Yeah.
he thinks that much about you, like,
Of course.
all right. I know when he's gonna be here. Let me make sure I got something for him.
So anyway, I made this post, right? This kind of calling out Foot Locker, right? Not this person, but Foot Locker,
Right.
right? I get an email, not even a week later. I probably say like later on that week. Like I think I made the post like on a Saturday or Sunday, and I probably got an email like the following Wednesday, Thursday, and yeah, it was like like oh no, we love black people and blah blah blah. It's like
Wait, who, why are we going there?
because I think I kind of was like I mean it is. I don't know if I referenced it in my post. Well, I don't think I was really trying to make it a racial thing, but at the same time, you got a black business owner.
I think you did
versus-
say that.
I think I did say that.
I think you did.
So that's why they referenced it.
Yeah.
So I did say something. But the point is, they emailed me, and I know the person that emailed me too. I think they're a great person. I have nothing bad to say about. And even again, I felt like her and this other person. Now you know it's a her, but her and this other person, I felt like were just following orders. It wasn't their call. So that's why I didn't blame them. This is why I kept it to Foot Locker as an entity.
But I mean, I guess the problem is, and it's no shade or no disrespect to that person, but I mean that's at least here that's the person that we see.
That's the
You know
problem
what I
with being
mean?
the
Like,
face.
exactly.
So like, case in point, like okay, so on this show on any given night we got me, you, Guru, Dunks,
Yeah, but
Francis,
you the
Jumpman.
face.
Exactly.
They ain't coming for
so
you. They ain't
so
coming for me.
if you, Guru, or any other person come on here and say something reckless, guess who's gonna hear it?
You.
Me.
Yeah, that's why you think I keep showing up.
I didn't say it.
Come
Right.
on now.
But that's exactly. So I didn't say it. Like even when Dunk say something stupid, I gotta hear it. Why you still got him on the show? Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, wait, hold on. Like the whole thing with Mayor.
Yeah. He called me. He ain't text nobody else. Hey man, like what I'm saying? Like so, and that's the problem. So if you're the face of Foot Locker here in Detroit, you're going to catch that.
Yeah.
You got to
I
understand.
mean,
that.
as I said, that's the unfortunate part because, like you said, if it definitely wasn't something that was, an idea from that person,
Yeah.
if it was something that came down from above, I mean, I just like you say that's the part that sucks about being the face of something. I mean, especially when you talk about with Foot Locker Detroit, as much as we like to, it almost does seem like it's more of a community-based thing.
Yeah.
That's still a major worldwide corporate entity.
Yes.
So whenever you are dealing with corporate America, you have to deal with backlash. So like, okay, even in my position. So
As
with-
VP
with-
of
let's stop.
PepsiCo,
Stop.
Pepsi Incorporated.
So like when our merchandisers are in the stores or whatever, right? When situations happen, I just had a situation yesterday with a guy. He had to be he's a representative of not only Pepsi, but he's a representative of whatever store that he's in. So if he acts reckless, he's the face of
Exactly.
Pepsi. So it's going to look bad and reflect on us because now they're going to say, oh, this is how Pepsi acts because this is the person that we see. So with him being the face of Foot Locker here in Detroit, it does, everything will basically roll downhill on him. Not fair, but it is what it is.
No, you.
Who you got calling you that? Late night
I'm
specials.
saying. I just want to know what type of Walt Disney ringtone do you have. But no, I was gonna say like customer service reps, they ain't make the product. They ain't sell it to
exactly.
you.
But they the
But
ones
you
that
the one
get to talk to.
Right, you going off on them though because they're the representation of that brand, at least according to you at that moment. So,
I mean, like that whole situation sucked. It was.
that's what I'm saying. Like, some people might look at it as trivial because we talking about drive through windows, but it's just the principle behind it and the people involved.
I mean, but it's the same way as like even think about like in fashion, how much shit like in the community we give Virgil
Yes.
for seemingly borrowing ideas from other brands and then recreating and saying that they're his own. I mean, we give him shit for that. So
No, there's a difference.
it's the same thing.
I don't know how many episodes ago we was talking about this. So we was talking about like how to like Cool Kai and D FBCC
Oh, yeah,
Bay
yeah.
Area. The difference between them two, or even Warren Lotus, and there's a difference between being inspired by and
And just
repackaging.
copying?
Yeah, Repackaging is doing the bare minimum to create the smallest difference, but to capitalize on the similarities.
It's
Whereas
like when you type in a paper and they tell you, don't plagiarize.
Yeah.
It's basically plagiarism.
Yeah. And being inspired by is, okay, taking bits and pieces of that work and building a whole new universe on it, right?
Yep.
So, and that's what I think what D does. Like, okay, he obviously is inspired by, he got some shoes inspired by the dunk. He got his shoes inspired
but
by.
it doesn't look like a dunk.
Yeah, it's enough there to see the inspiration, but it's different.
It's
It's his own shoe.
Right.
And, it isn't just, okay, I'm just going to change this swoosh and call it a day.
I mean, I guess I say the drive-through window is an actual drive-through window.
Yeah.
I mean, Burn Rubbers is a walk-up. I mean, I guess if you want to say there's the differences there.
The only thing I would say, only thing I'll say about the Foot Locker drive-through window is they was trying to like.
Dude, I'm sorry. It's cheesy. Like seriously,
it's super cheesy.
It's very.
I didn't think, because to me, I get it. Coronavirus. You don't have people in the store, so I get it. This is what made it cheesy for me. Had it just been, okay, you know what? We don't want to put our employees in jeopardy, so the store itself is going to be closed, but you can still make purchases via the drive-through window. I'm fine with that, right? Because you got to do what you got to do. What made it cheesy for me is when it's like, oh, you can also get Coney Island. It's like,
yeah.
Oh my God, like yeah, typical. Like, because black people just love Coney Island and sneakers, right? We do, but I don't need you telling me that.
Yeah, but
like I don't need Foot Locker
exploiting that. Are you fighting that?
No, I love Coney. Get some Coney after I leave from here.
What was it? You get a Coney and like some Better Made chips, like
yeah, like get you a Faygo and some Air Force Ones. It's like, all right, now that's what made it corny to me, because it was just like, okay, so now you're just about to do this trope thing.
I mean, to be honest, I thought the idea was corny.
Like, what if black people like? All right, chicken wings and sneakers. Like,
I felt like it was corny in general.
No, I got the concept. Like, I got why they did it.
Oh, bullshit, man! Like,
I got why they did it. It's COVID. This is a whole different ball game. You gotta do what you gotta do. The drive-through thing. The only beef I didn't really have beef, except for the fact that I was going to defend Roe, because I'm like, give credit where credit is due. You obviously were inspired by this. And while I get it, first of all, the fact that Foot Locker sees Burn Rubber as competition is ridiculous, because, like you said, they worldwide. They like one location. Like, would it really kill you to shout out Burn Rubber? But even if you felt that way, fine. You ain't got to take credit, though, for something that you didn't come up with. That's the only problem I had with it. And then, also get Coney Island when you come.
There's so many better ways to be able to do that. I mean, again, if you're such a large store, you can have separate employees that when customers make online orders, like how it should be instead of doing a drive up, you make an online order, you get your code, you call the store, and you are forced to call the store. The same way like when you go to a restaurant, you pull into a designated spot, you call and say that you're here, and they bring your order out to you.
But I'm not mad at the drive-through.
But that's all you got to do.
I mean, tomato. I mean, what you're talking about is a difference of execution.
But it just
how they deliver it to you is how they deliver it to you. Like, I'm not mad at that. Imagine if I open up a Foot Locker.
You wasted the construction on your building to create the window.
But listen, like, imagine if I open up a Foot Locker in a mostly Italian community, and I'm like, pull up to our drive-through window and get a baguette or a slice of pizza or a lasagna. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
a whole lasagna?
Yeah, it's like
ain't nobody gonna fight you about that.
It's just like lasagna.
But it's just like, no,
you
like,
offer
really?
a red wine with it too? I might show up.
Hey.
Yeah, and I got like
nobody's getting mad about that. What's your problem?
And I'm like, I got on like a beret, and I'm like dressed up like a mime. You know what I'm saying? Like all this stupid shit. Like
that's French.
Whatever.
No, it's
tomato.
There's a big difference.
They both love pasta. I feel like I'm channeling my inner guru right now. But
you should have said you pull up, get French toast.
Like, Look, the point is, I just felt like they were just kind of like, that's what made it cheesy to me. It was like, okay, we just gonna bang on that trope. Like, we can't just buy sneakers. You add all this extracurricular shit. Nobody, look, I mean, I guess, if you can get some L Georges and some Timberland boots at the same time. Like,
I was gonna say, Coney is right across the street from over there too. Like,
I guess. But
what if you pull up to the window, they don't have your size? All right, well, never mind. Let me just get my Coney dog.
Right, let me get that Coney dog. I'm gonna number 3.
Don't put no cheese on it.
You know that line is moving like a snail too. If they It's hard enough trying to deliver any one of those things.
Well, here's the thing that scares me with it.
To try to deliver both.
And I just feel like, why are you serving food at a?
No, I'm not saying that they're doing this consistently. I think they did it like for the opening.
Still.
I know. I thought it was that's what made it corny to me. That's all I'm saying. It's like I don't need.
I
Just give my shoes.
could understand if you was like, you pull up, you get a bag of Better Made chips. I'm okay.
No.
No. The only reason I say I'm cool with that is because it's like, hey, look, we got a partnership with Better Made here.
Do you?
But if you actually did,
What?
they got a partnership with the Coney.
No, I'm saying they're both ridiculous. I'm saying they would both be ridiculous.
To me, the Coney is gross. Because in my mind, I'm like, so how are they being kept warm?
No,
Like,
I don't even know if they had the food. I think it was like
how old is the chili?
I think it was like a coupon to like Coney Islands or something.
Well, they shouldn't have had homegirl in the picture
with the
coming out
with
the
Coney,
window.
with the Coney. Yeah, exactly.
I was waiting for her to become a meme too.
You know what? There's still time. 2020 ain't over yet. Like,
I just knew it was gonna happen.
nah,
She dodged one on that one.
I mean, no, I have no problem with nobody at Coney. I mean, Coney.
No problem. No beef with Foot Locker. I just the idea was just.
I put it like this. I understand both sides of it. Which
guess
is why I guess I got to be the one in the middle to say.
Oh
okay,
yeah, no,
let's talk.
that's for you to do for sure.
Why you can't do that?
I know one party more than I know the other party, and I don't really completely know one party. You at least, you bridge the gap.
Oh man, that might have been the most diplomatic you've ever been on the show, but okay. No, yeah.
Like I said, I don't know Ro like how you know Ro. Ro don't know me from a can of paint, and I'm cool with that. I like that. I mean, do I know who Ro is? Of course I know. I applied. I tried to get a job at Burn Rubber like years ago. This is the funniest
There
shit though,
is.
right?
Yeah.
So I remember like this is before I started working like at Champ. So I go over to Burn Rubber. I got like my resume and everything. Like I'm walking in there. Ro, this is when they were at the first location.
Oh, so Rick was still there too.
I think Rick was behind the counter. Ro was on the floor.
Okay.
And Ro was just like, he's Ro. Like,
Yeah.
he just sitting down. He eating food. I show him my resume, talking to him. He was like, all right, man, if we like you, we give you a call. I'm just like, damn, that's it.
Yeah, that's not like bro.
But, I
If
mean,
he's listening to this, it's going to be hilarious.
yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. So it's probably, it was meant for me, maybe not to be there.
If we like it, we'll give you a call.
It was probably fully staffed anyway. Like,
Yeah,
it was
at the
probably,
time,
that's
probably.
probably like, yeah, we don't need this dude.
Man, that's too funny. That's wow. But no, I mean, yeah, Ro, you kind of straight to the point.
Yeah, Ro's cool, man.
Ro don't like having his time wasted. That's the thing about Ro.
Yeah,
Like, he's not a man of many words, unless those words have a point.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I look at it this way, like, with what those guys, with both what Rick and Ro did with Burn Rubber is probably the utmost respected thing in the sneaker community in Detroit.
Yeah,
because that's something that
they put Detroit sneakers on the map, the sneaker community on the map.
You could literally say everybody was a part of it, like of the rise of Burn Rubber.
Well, yeah, it does feel like a community thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's what I said. Like, even for me, not to like, I don't personally know Ro, but I used to go in there like when Cliff was there. Shout out to Cliff Skywalker. When Cliff was there, he would tell me come through all the time. They would have parties. Cliff would tell me to come through. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. See, so. I mean, it just felt like everybody was around. Yeah, man, shout out to Cliff. I need a goddamn pizza. That's what I need. Like, for real.
Shout out to Moots, because we went to Moots before we came over here. So.
Oh, for real?
Hell yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah. They stay open until like 11.
I mean, I already ate, so.
Oh, okay. Dave, have you had Moots yet, by the way? I don't even know how we just jump from subject to subject.
Sorry, what?
Moots. Have you been to Moots yet?
Moots?
Yeah.
No.
What? Yeah, it's down over there.
Is it based on the Rick Springfield Jesse's Girl song?
No.
Because the point is probably moot? No.
Nope. It's a pizza place. New York style pizza over there on Library Street.
Oh, New York style pizza's weak. I got to be in the mood for it.
Dave, God damn it, Dave.
Who's got the best regional
Are you
pizza?
serious right now?
Dude, give me Detroit style or don't give me.
Nah, bro.
Oh, wow.
Nah, I got it. Listen,
He saw Detroit.
when we went to New York, it was like 2016. I went there with the same attitude.
No,
Pizza's
dude, I
pizza.
get it. Like every now and then you want a
Man,
slice
they
you can
pizza-
fold in half and you can tilt your head like a taco.
Their
Like,
pizza
I
is
get
on
it.
point.
But I got to be in the right mood for it. Like day to day, I want
good
dude,
pizza?
I have come to love Detroit style pizza.
You gotta be in the mood for good pizza.
I got to be in the mood for New York style pizza.
Because Detroit style is what?
Thick.
Yeah, the thick
I
square
like him.
slice.
I like
Yeah.
him thick.
And we've had this conversation. I like thick.
I'm-
Go ahead. Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
There's a fork in the road.
Skate around this. Go ahead.
I can go. I can go one or
Speaking
two
of hockey,
ways.
skate around this. Go ahead.
I can go one or two ways. But to keep it PG, I would say this: New York style is by far one of the greatest styles of pizza because that's where it originated, so it should be. I like Detroit style. I like Detroit style too. Like I don't knock it. Chicago style is also great.
No.
Yes.
No.
I like Chicago
Yes.
style.
Chicago style is
The,
great.
the one thing I'll say about New York
If
style,
I want
is-
my food drowning in sauce,
You never had pizza poplars, have you?
yeah, I have.
And you don't like it?
Dude, it's the swamp thing of pizza.
That is
I
ridiculous.
don't think so.
Come on,
No,
Dave.
no.
Dave.
No, Detroit style greater than Chicago style.
Bro, that's like 6 fouls already, man. Man, you might get a suspension for a game.
I'll give New York style pizza this. It is the only style of pizza where it's either you can just do regular cheese or just pepperoni. You don't need anything else.
You really
Oh,
don't.
absolutely.
Anything else is like just
But
extra.
that's why I said Detroit Chicago style feels like you have to have
Yes,
the extras.
you do.
Yes and no. I mean, it depends on where you're getting it from. Like,
New York style is the only style I can eat just straight up pepperoni. Like,
Yeah. I can't do
I
that
can
with
eat
Detroit
pepperoni
style
with
pizza.
no problem. Like any other, like you said, for Detroit, like if I had to go to Jets, I can't just get. I could eat it, but it's like I would prefer.
Let me get the Eugene
Let
Supreme.
me get the Hawaiian.
that's my jam.
Yeah. because it's named after me, so yeah.
I get the Hawaiian. Like yo,
That's
get that
good, too.
pineapple.
The barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
See, you can't do that with New York style pizza.
I mean, you
like,
can. But it's just.
Why
No,
would
but
you?
it doesn't work.
It does work.
How you
No,
gonna-
first of all,
how you gonna
no.
fold that with all of the toppings?
well, that's
on
what I'm
it?
saying. You can't bombard it with a whole bunch of toppings. That's why you need that thick slice to hold all that.
Right.
But you can. Though. I'm saying you can. Just like you can eat like
If you
a
got
thin
you got to
crust.
have the foundation if you're going to build on.
I
top
mean,
of
because
it.
if I,
that's-
like for me, like you give me some bacon, mushroom, pineapples, I'm good. On a slice, I'm good. I'm typically like,
You just give me some shrooms.
yeah.
yeah, I'm usually set.
Not
It's
on the
basically
pizza.
Hawaiian. I mean, it's essentially a Hawaiian. So, like I can imagine like I had that in New York. It was like, oh my god, it's like the greatest pizza ever. And then like pizza populous, I mean, I go crazy.
Yeah,
with
no,
that.
New York. It's cheese or pepperoni.
Even Uno's is pretty good.
The real Unos though, the Chicago Unos.
The one is here decent. I said it was alright. It's decent.
I never
That's
had it
when
because I
you know
don't
what
want
it was.
it.
Dude,
That's when I want a deep dish. But
They
I want
are
to spend like
super
$50.
heavy sauce.
No, not more like Pizza Populous. I would say this Pizza Populous definitely got more sauce, but it's still good. Like, only reason I go to Uno's is because I don't want to drop like $60 on a pizza. Like, that's the only reason. Like, Uno's, you can get like 2 for $20.
I was gonna say you get that frozen Unos out of Meyer now.
Oh no, what's that man? What's that Red Baron?
Oh yeah, trash.
Nah,
Worst pizza ever.
bro. The small individual,
Horrible.
you sound crazy.
Give me a DiGiorno before you give me that.
No, you really sound crazy. Nobody eats DiGiorno.
I'd rather have a DiGiorno than a Red Baron.
Nah, fam, you slipping.
Or I just eat a bowl of
You know who I never really liked California Pizza Kitchen at all, like ever.
Oh, I was never a fan.
I go there and I get shit off. Like, okay, so
Never had it.
so they're based
Never
on pizza.
wanted it.
So here's a whole restaurant based on pizza, and like I get like other shit, like a steak or a pasta or a salad whenever we
It's
go.
like going to B-Dubs and not getting wings.
Exactly. Like I'd be like, no, straight. I'm good at pizza.
Yeah, I never had California Pizza Kitchen. I never wanted it ever.
I've been there plenty of times.
It just doesn't look appealing.
What's that cake? That butter cake though?
Butter cake.
Nah, they got this thing called the butter cake. Man, I think it's delicious, bro. Just try it. Just if you go there, just try it. I'm not even gonna try to describe it.
Pizza place for dessert?
No. Well, yeah, I would go for that. That butter cake is on point. You never had it, have you?
No.
Okay. Have it and then tell me. It's like
But it would require me going to a California Pizza Kitchen, so no.
well, sometimes I don't have a choice. It's like for instance, her school, like she'll have some type of like after school activity, and it's like it's over there Bloomfield
Oh,
Hills.
it's a fundraiser. At
No,
the
it's not.
UCA.
It's a pound cake.
No, but it's different though. It's different.
Oh, if it's a right pound cake, then
No, it's different. No, because it's not. It doesn't taste like a pound cake. Like, I promise you.
I don't want my cake tasting like just a pound of butter.
No,
but you do.
I'm gonna say the N word. Listen,
no, but you do.
like, no, you frustrate me. Just try it.
Well, I guess you will want it to taste like a pound of butter. Yeah, you need about a pound of butter.
Dude, Paula Deen built a career.
I was
on
gonna
fat
say,
equals flavor.
listen, bro. You go down south, that's all they do is put sugar, butter, and salt and everything.
Lard.
Whatever.
Yeah, lard.
Just delicious.
I mean, there's a reason why Crisco sells.
You know, that is one of the odd items whenever I would walk down the baking. I'm like, what the hell is shortening?
Bruh.
So you use that to line the pans.
Yeah.
Like, it's not an actual cooking ingredient.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying.
You use
like,
it to line the pans.
Yeah, but everybody else, they just use butter. And I'm like, well, what is shortening?
No, because butter will burn and scorch and leave like a bad. No, that's what shortening's for. That's
See, I don't cook like that. I wouldn't know. Now back to this butter cake. They got recipes on how to make one, so I don't need.
But it's not the same because they got the same recipes to how to make the honey butter from Texas Roadhouse. I'm just gonna go to Texas Roadhouse and get the shit. That's what I'm gonna do.
What? I mean, not right now. You're not.
No, not right now.
So you best learn how to make it.
Well, no, I can't. No, we went there yesterday. They open for pickup. Yeah, they've been killed. That part you would think they were open all the way the parking lot is full.
Well, that and every time you drive by a White Castle, it's a line. I'm like,
oh my god,
man, y'all really want some shit burgers, don't y'all?
Oh
like y'all can't.
Well, everything is on jam because everything's closed, so you only got like so many spots you can go to. Because not every restaurant is open for, what's it, delivery? Not delivery, but takeout.
I mean, but you can DoorDash anything now.
Like I drove past IHOP, like it was like
You can DoorDash McDonald's. You can DoorDash fast food.
No shit, that's fast food. Like, of course you can.
Can I say that's cheesy also?
What?
I mean, I get it. Makes sense. I'm not
DoorDash McDonald's.
For the person that actually does it.
So check this out. So I was
not for McDonald's for doing it.
I had just got home from work. I had just picked up my daughter, and I was gonna DoorDash to McDonald's. Because once you get home and you get comfortable, you don't feel like going back out. So I was gonna be lazy and DoorDash.
Don't do it,
man.
It costs like $30.
I was gonna say for $18 worth.
Dude, my kids, Dad, let's go get McDonald's. I don't want to go get McDonald's, but you can DoorDash it. If I wanted to pay 3 times the price to get, I would just go to McDonald's.
I think it was like $14. It was like $32 to have it delivered.
Ridiculous.
I put my shoes back on begrudgingly, like, man, that's some bullshit.
I guess I'm going out to get McDonald's.
I'll be right back. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
I ended up DoorDashing. I think it was Applebee's one day.
What?
I was over one of my homeboys' house, and it was like they were about to close, and I'm like, well, shit, if I get there was nothing else closed. Everything was closed.
I'll just go hungry.
Because that's the other thing, too, is you got to think about it. Like you said, things are closing up. So I'm going through DoorDash's thing, and I'm like, well,
ain't no gas stations around or nothing? I'll go get a bag of chips.
No, those closed. Those were closed as well.
Oh, you was in the suburbs.
Yeah, that's where I stay now.
I never knew gas stations closed, though.
Dude, it is horrible. Horrible.
Like, what if I run out of gas? Like, I'm just SOL.
I've always thought that.
I'm like, bro.
Like, I swear to God, I have always thought that. Like, if you're in the suburbs and it's 11:30 at night and you somehow run out of gas, you got no place to go.
That is some wow.
Because they're closed at 10 o'clock.
Anyway, that's man. I'm just surprised you went to Applebee's. Like, I went to Applebee's one time and that was enough. I was like, okay.
I wanted what was I?
Never again.
I wanted
that was my 9/11. Never forget.
I wanted Cheesecake Factory, but they were closed.
Cheesecake Factory slaps. I don't care what nobody.
That's what I was trying to get, but it was closed. So it was like
I drive all the way out to Nova for that shit. Bruh.
I mean, the one here isn't. It's not. It's not as good as everywhere else.
It's still. It's
not as good as Chicago.
It's about the same, bro.
No, it's not.
It's about the same.
Chicago, they give you them portion sizes like.
You see, talking about portion sizes. We're talking about the actual taste of the
food.
The
taste of the food is like it's just
right.
Okay.
It's still good, bro.
It's just okay.
Stop it.
I mean, I like it. I'm not gonna turn it down.
Stop it, bro.
Like that jambalaya. Oh yeah.
I didn't even know they had it. Okay, thank you.
Dude, they got everything.
I know that menu. It's like a book. It's about thick as that Harry Potter book.
Put it this way: the very first time I went to Cheesecake Factory, in my mind, I'm like, these motherfuckers just sell cheesecake. Like, why am I gonna go here and eat? And I seen like orange chicken. I'm like, wait, I
Dog.
can get Chinese food from here.
Their menu is like a novel. It's
got
like,
everything.
dog. It's like, dog. Like, just
They got everything.
you sit down, they hand you like a New York Times bestseller as a menu.
Facts.
It's like,
I mean, the
dog,
fact that you can literally
how many
go
different-
through, you can go through countries to see what it is that
Bruh.
you want to eat,
It's like, damn.
and then still get cheesecake
Yeah. Right at the end,
if
Which-
you got room for it. Which you
you know they're
probably
gonna,
want.
you are because they're gonna take it home.
And you might as well just order the whole cheesecake, man. Honestly.
No, people get the slices. That
Yeah,
way.
but I just feel like if you might as well just get the whole.
Now you get
thing.
an assortment. Now you can try different things.
You can order the assortment. I think you can set it up to where you can get like a like I think it was like a sampler or something like that.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, first of all, most people can't afford more than like 3 slices. So, you know, they're going to try like 3 different things. Those slices get pretty expensive.
I mean, they do, but like if you know where you're going out to eat at, and you,
That's what I'm saying. So you know you're going to try. You know, I'm just saying you have your favorites, but then again, they might have something new that you want to try. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna get these, and then I'm gonna get this.
I don't know.
Instead
Maybe
of
I'm
getting one cake of one thing.
maybe I'm maybe I'm different level. I got to get a little bit.
I mean, everybody's not making like VP money like you.
Well, everybody not an influencer like yourself. Get it for free.
Oh my gosh, shut the ooh.
I was gonna say.
The first time, I'm telling you, the first time y'all get something for free, I'm not gonna let y'all live that shit down. Ever. And, I mean, probably the reason you don't get nothing free because they probably scared you gonna flip it. that's what's holding you back. Like,
Oh man, hey, look, man, hey, it was necessary for me to do what I had to do.
yeah, okay. You ain't have to do it.
No, I had to do it.
No.
I had to do it. I'm satisfied with my decision as well.
I bet you are. Most resellers are. Oh, I got okay. So I got beef. Shout out to Chris Anderson. That's my guy. He goes by C Hendo. So he made this post the other day, and it just drove me up the wall. So he's trying to compare people. Remember how back in the day you used to get cool with the manager at the store to hold your pair?
Yeah, I was the manager
Okay.
that would hold the pair.
Yeah. So he's equating that to people that resell.
There is somewhat of a correlation, but not really.
So to me, here's the difference. Because back in the day, that's how we used to get shoes. We used to network.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, networking. First of all, networking is how anything is done nowadays.
100%.
And sneakers
called-
are no different.
It's called commerce.
Yes. Now, we used to go back in the store, and you find out when the release is. You get cool with the staff, and they're like, "Yo, hold this size 15 for me." Woo, woo, woo. Right. That's only one shoe, right? There's still other pairs of that same size in that store, so theoretically, people still have a chance
Right.
to get that
100%.
shoe, right? I'm not preventing anybody from getting this shoe any different than if I, showed up in. Hold on, let me make my point
Go ahead,
because there's
go
levels
ahead.
to it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not stopping anybody from getting a shoe any more than I would have if I beat them in line. The difference is I know people in the store to hold my pair, right? Because theoretically, you can make the argument that anybody buying a pair is keeping somebody else from getting a pair.
Right.
Right? Okay. Now, there are people that took it a step further where it's saying, okay, hold multiple pairs
Right.
so that they can resell.
Right.
And that's essentially what's going on now. Now, most resellers go in there and buy half the stock or some people even all the stock
Yeah.
of a certain store, right?
I help do that.
And then try to flip it on you for $50, $100 over
Right.
retail. So he's trying to say it's the same thing so you can be mad. And I'm like, no, because once again, I'm just trying to get my shoe, one
Right.
pair, right? There's still other pairs available in other sizes and even in my size versus a reseller who's buying up all the sizes, all the stock, and now it's preventing somebody like me because not everybody can afford the retail, let alone the resale price.
Right.
So just by you flipping it or adding it to the price, you're already eliminating people's ability to get the shoe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, there's a difference. It's almost like, okay, like, for instance, like his whole thing was, what if it's the last size? And I'm like, if you got to create a scenario like that to make it comparable, it's not comparable. If it's a last size thing, first of all, it's not like stores have one shoe. This ain't Xboxes, these ain't PlayStations, right? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like,
typically it's only one size 15. I will
well,
tell
yeah,
you
one size
that.
15, that's different. But back in the day, because I can't tell you the last time I went to a store on release day and got a shoe, because like you said, most times they don't have a size 15.
Right.
If I do go to a store and find a size 15, it's well after the fact.
Right.
You know, since somebody returned
yeah,
it, or is that
returned, or it,
or I'm at a community store or an outlet,
or
right?
it mysteriously showed up in a random shipment, and you're like, why the
Exactly.
hell did I just get this?
I can tell you the last shoe I bought retail on release day, and that was the 2012 Cement Gray Forest.
Damn.
Yes.
Wow.
Right. So, but my whole thing was there's levels to it, right? Like if you got to create a scenario where it's the last shoe standing at the store to make it comparable to a reseller in general, is not comparable. It's like me going to a all-you-can-eat buffet, right? If I get the last, let's say it's a Chinese buffet, if I get like the last of the sesame chicken, okay, you might be mad because you want sesame chicken, but you understand, okay, you know what, I got the last sesame chicken, that's how it works. Versus me going up there and they got a whole thing of sesame chicken and I take the whole thing, set up a table on the side, and then charge you extra on top of.
But the problem is that scenario, that does, well, I don't know about now, but I can speak on that did happen. Like, that was a legit scenario. So, like, I knew managers that, I could definitely say it now because they're not even working here anymore, but I knew managers that, what shoe was it in particular? We're just going to throw him out there because if he listens to the show, he listens to the show, but if he don't, he will.
He does.
The Legend Blue 11s.
Okay.
I'm not going to say which Southland Mall. Just changed my mind.
Boy.
So
You really narrowing it down.
yeah, exactly, right? So he got caught basically backdooring and literally backdooring out the back door boxes of Legend Blue 11s to somebody.
Yeah.
The problem is basically how he got caught and how a number of people get caught is because they do end up basically emptying out their entire inventory so that they can make their money selling it to the reseller. So what I used to do is when I was the manager at Northland closed anyway. So what I would do is we used to get like one of the largest like amounts of like release date shoes.
Yes.
We probably get like 60, 70 pair. So what I would do is I would even tell my staff, I'm like, hey, look, I don't have a problem looking out for y'all. Y'all can use a discount. Cool. If you got somebody that wants something extra, let me know. I have to be able to at least sell 50 to 75% of this to the public. Like I got multiple sizes. We cannot have a situation where if someone is coming in here, like, and this was the age of the raffle, like the original age of raffle. I can't have someone who entered in for a size 9. We got multiple people that enter for size 9s and nobody wins a size 9. That's going to look suspicious.
I've had that happen when I go on a release day. Release day, gate opens, and they're like, we got 2 pairs left.
Yeah,
like,
see,
what the
and that's what I'm saying is how
So-
that's how so many people got in trouble and got caught up because you had to be smart about it. I was cool with a lot of people that were reselling, and I would even tell them, I'm like, I can't sell you the entire stock.
And that's,
I'm not doing it.
And that's another. I'm glad you brought that up because even when people will hold pairs, one, they will only do so many, right?
Yes.
They wouldn't go. Once again, it's a limit. Like you can eat ice cream. If you eat ice cream every day, that's a problem. You can hold shoes. If you holding X amount of shoes, now it becomes a problem because, like you said, you got to be able to give it to the general public.
You have to. You don't have a choice.
And once again, because in this conversation I was having with Chris, he kept moving the goalposts, like, backdooring. I don't condone backdooring. Like, I'm talking about holding the shoe so that I show up on release day like everybody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And getting the shoe.
I mean, and the other thing, too, is, like, back then, like, the raffle system was so much more, like, store-specific.
Yeah.
So it's like, like, what we used to do is if we knew we had certain customers that would come in, and if it was somebody that they literally came in maybe for every release, or if it was somebody that we was just cool with, it'd be like, dude, you don't have nothing to worry about. We'll make sure we pull your size. Like, you're good. But then it would be like, if that person wore a size 10, and I got 12 size 10s of that shoe in,
Right.
all right, cool. We can do what we got to do to get rid of maybe 5 of them, and his is the 6th one, but we still have multiple size 10s that we can sell to the public, no issue.
And I'm going to tell you this, too. You know the reason why? I'm talking, like, way back in the day. I'm talking about, like, when I was in high school or whatever. The reason they would hold those pairs, because I didn't have to pay them extra. I didn't have to slip them $50. The reason that they would hold those pairs is because I was a consistent customer.
Exactly. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was coming there consistently on a regular basis,
Oh,
buying
yeah.
up products. So therefore, they're gonna look out just like anybody would. If you own a restaurant, you got a customer that's coming there every day.
You're going to make sure they got a table.
You're gonna make sure they had a table. You're gonna make sure they got the hookup.
The only thing sometimes used to do is I would tell people like, "Hey man, look, can you just buy me lunch?"
Right.
I'd be like, "Look, you buy
Or
me
even
lunch,
then,
I'm good."
or even then, like sometimes like
Or
going
they
to throw
just slip me 10. Like they would just slip me $10.
even the restaurant analogy, they might say like you may be short. They'd be like, "Don't worry about it."
Exactly.
Because you are, because
coming in.
you spend money in my place of business every day. You
That's
know
what I'm
what? Don't worry about you short $1 or whatever. And so with some of these stores, the reason I was able to network and the reason they knew me because they always saw me.
Right.
I was always at the store buying something.
Now, in terms of his analogy of saying, about the backdooring and the
I don't
reselling
condone
thing.
that.
No, I mean, looking back on it, that was probably the wrong thing even for me to do. But I mean, I was younger, and then on top of that, we weren't in this age of the everything being so focused on the apps, and you had to do everything
I'm glad you
electronically.
brought it because you worked in retail, like because he made this statement that holding pairs is illegal, and I'm like, bruh, everybody working at a store can at least hold one pair. Now, typically it's your size, but they will allow you if you're not going to get the shoe to allow it to hold it depending on where you work at.
Right.
They'll at least let you to hold one pair, either your
100%.
size or for somebody else. Because they know you got family members or somebody, whatever.
Yeah, man, I used to have, like with the girls,
Yeah.
I knew they didn't wear a size 11 in men's, but I would have, like, some of my cashiers that'd be like, look, Gene, this is for my cousin, this is for my brother. I'm like, yeah, sure, like, shit, you've been doing a kick-ass job.
Right,
on
that's
the
what I've been trying to
sales
tell
floor.
them. Like, the companies don't care. Like, you know what they care about?
The companies care about how quickly they sell out. That's all they care
Well,
about.
one, I know in particular, okay, so, like, each brand has I don't know, each brand has a different rule for the companies. I know with Jordans and Nikes, you could not touch the shoe until 6 days before the release date. Because we would try to do videos.
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't even touch the shoe. It was like 6 days.
I remember that.
And then on top of that, and I know that you could at least hold one shoe. So like he was saying it was illegal. I'm like, why are you saying it's illegal?
No,
like
it's
there's
not.
nothing. First of all, there's no legal or not
there's
legal
no
here.
legality to that at all. No, I mean it's stores and store managers doing what they want to do. But the problem is I think you just had so many people influenced by this culture that we're in, wanting to make the quick buck.
But once again, the whole
bad management.
But the point of the whole conversation was disenfranchisement, right? Like you disenfranchise people when you buy up all the pairs and then try to flip it on them for over retail.
Right.
That's a disenfranchise because you're not giving me an opportunity to get the shoe at retail at all.
100%. You screwing over your loyal customers.
Right. Versus one person getting a shoe, you still theoretically have an opportunity because there's still other pairs available at that store in that size.
Right.
You know
how many times we used to just hold shoes for people, like nonstop.
Right. And there was an understanding though. Like people knew. Like once again, this goes back into the days when we used to wait in line. People knew the usual suspects. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you see the same people
100%.
at the same release, and you rocking the last release to the new release.
Man, one of the things I used to miss about the lines is I remember when I worked at Westland. I remember what it was. I can't remember what pack it was. I think it was the pack the pack that had the black and gold 7 and the white and gold 6. I can't remember the name of the exact pack, but I remember we had it. We were like the only store.
The championship, the DM. Yeah.
We were like the only champ store other than Fairlane that had it. And I remember like people found out that we had it, so we seen the line. We seen the people line up. We're walking out the day before. People are lined up outside the mall already the night before. And I know who all of these people are already because I see them every release. And it's like, you dap them up. Hey, what's up? Oh, what's my chances? And you tell them like, hey, man, like, I hope I know what size you wear. Like, I can't hold anything for you. I hope you got the perfect spot in line for you to be able to get it. But like you said, you network. You get to meet those people. So that way when the next release comes out, you can take care of them and they know that they're going to get taken care of.
Right.
So
yeah,
it was a different time too.
It was a different time. That's what I'm saying. Like I just felt like his conversation, or at least the debate and the way he was framing it, was void of context. Because it's like you got to realize everything that was in play. You got to realize first of all what time it was. It's different now.
100%.
Like I said, you can't even go online now, like without the stock being gone because you got to battle bots.
Yep. You
got to battle all these different things. And so
it's different.
Like people, there's a different attitude. Like people are already starting to shift their attitude on bots because now they're just looking at it like, all right, well, this the way things are now. So now I have to have one just to compete.
Yeah.
Even with fakes. Like people, remember it was just like taboo, but now people are like,
now
oh,
it's
shit.
okay.
If I got to spend $2 on this shoe and I can get it for $160, you can't tell the difference.
Well, that's like, did you see the?
I'm not saying it's right, y'all.
Yeah, you saw the one thing I sent in the group. I think it's called Kixify or something like that, where basically you rent the shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, That's the level that we're going to.
I mean,
to be able to, at least feel like we.
But it's
won.
all about clout now. Like, the clout has. I just posted a thing the other day. I hope you saw it. They got a backdrop.
The backdrop.
A sneaker, like so you can look like you have a sneaker wall without actually having a sneaker wall.
So now everybody's
It's
gonna
a
be like, man,
cardboard stand-up.
Everybody gonna be like, man, open up your drop for us so I know it's real.
I want to. You
That's how
gotta
we
do
gonna
legit
test.
checks.
That's how we gonna test everybody. Be like, hey, look, man, is it legit or not?
We got to do legit checks on backdrops now. Like that's sad. That's sad. Like I mean, I wish that wasn't a real thing, but I guarantee you it is.
Oh, you know, some people faking the funk too.
And it's just like, bruh, like,
You
come
know
on, man. Like,
But like you say, it's about the clout now.
yeah, it's like, dog, like you that desperate, like to impress them. Like I don't.
That's,
I remember.
that's
Dog,
20. That's the day we in, the day and age we in right now.
I remember when I had 11 sneakers, and I was so proud of my little collection. 11. I was just surprised. Like I wasn't worried about who. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, of course, you try to build up your collection.
Right.
And you have fun debates, you have fun competitions with your friends, you know, sneaker battles or whatever.
Yeah.
But it wasn't nothing too serious, not serious enough to where I had to fake like I had more shoes than I had.
Oh, 100%. Actually, so it was funny. What I used to do when I was in high school is I would wear my brother's shoes. So like,
I never wrote that.
No, so like I would show up with like the Prada boots. Nobody else had them. People be like, "Oh, damn, you got them." Like, yeah.
Because my brother, he was a size 15 as well, and I let him borrow one shoe. It was the Black Cat 3s, no Forest. And
good thing those came back out, right?
man, so dude went to school, came back, and the bottoms looked like he was in a car with his leg out, just letting it grind on the ground.
You Fred Flintstone it.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? And he tried to get. I'm like, keep them, bro. Don't ever ask me for another pair of shoes. Keep those. I don't, because if you give them to me, and every time I see them, I'm gonna want to fight you.
Damn.
I don't want to see them ever.
Yeah, that's always the sucky part when you let somebody borrow.
I was like, never
borrow some
again,
kicks.
never again. That was my 9/11. Never forget. I was just like, I'm straight.
I wonder if Kixify has to deal with that.
I don't know. I mean, that's where we at now. Like, people would rather look like they have something versus actually having it. It's like renting a car for the weekend. I never got that shit. I never understood that. I can understand prom because that's a moment.
I get prom, but
Prom is different.
What's that when people do that for like their birthday? They be like, "Yeah, it's my birthday weekend." I figured I'd rent like when the Chargers first came out, people would rent the Chargers.
I was
for
like,
the weekend.
what? Like, I don't get it. Like, what do we?
Like, where are you riding around to?
So you about to spend extra money on because you got a car. It's just a piece of shit. But it gets you from point A to point B. You about to spend extra money on a car just to like look cool to everybody else.
To go to the same places that you already.
We
go
all
to.
know the car you really have. We know this ain't yours, but I guess
Man, we can look at the license plate.
But you can take pictures.
Yours.
Oh yeah. Or that's back when they had the Enterprise sticker on the windows and stuff.
Well, hell, when I see a Delaware license plate, I'm be like, what the hell is
Well,
this?
now you can't even tell no more. Like real, because like I seen like one lady cut me off, and she was driving a Taurus, like a 2002 Taurus, and had like an Illinois license plate.
She was selling dope.
Maybe.
Probably so.
But the point is, I mean,
Clout.
I get older and I'm looking at, and I'm pretty sure this is how the older people felt when we were younger, like
I'm sure of it.
But at the same time,
Yes.
yeah. Now listen, I will say there's some legitimacy, right? Like there's certain things that just change based on, things as time goes on. So do things change, right? And so they might change for the better, but that don't necessarily mean. I just feel like as things change, it doesn't inherently mean it's better or worse. I think you look at
It's
it
just
case
different.
by case.
Yeah.
But even with different, it could be bad. It could be worse. Like, like some of the stuff. Like, I guarantee you, looking back at some of the stuff we wore in the 80s or, people wore in the 70s, you're going to look back at like,
But if I could get those cardigans with the leather patches back from DJs, I'm all about it.
Hey, I want to see them come back too. But no, but I'm just saying, like even like
polyester everything.
at the time in the 70s.
No, those were not poly. Oh no, dude, those were.
But wasn't polyester like the fabric?
You couldn't afford silk, but you wanted to look
I mean,
sweet.
some of it maybe like that was Chess King. I was at DJs. That was.
No, my point is like at the time you thought you was fly as shit, but then you look back like, and even your parents at the time was like,
Oh, I had way too many pairs of hammer pants and bolo ties back in the day. Yeah, that was
zoo suits.
No,
You had no sisters?
they were. I mean, they were close, but I mean, I went to prom in a Z Cavaricci tux.
Oh my God! I want to see a picture. Send me that too.
Was it heavy on the shoulder pads?
Oh God, dude, you couldn't have Z Cav without shoulder
Why do I
pads.
think you had a flock of seagulls haircut too?
Close, almost, but they were more Cure. Depeche
Oh,
Mode. Dude,
dog.
I had bangs down to here and they were blue.
I want to see your prom picture because
Oh,
I
yeah.
guarantee your prom.
We gotta
Oh, yeah, I wanna see
post
that.
that.
Yes,
That's what we gotta post.
we should do that. We should
Yeah.
do like a prom picture.
There's
like-
only one person that I know of that still has photos. Like I've destroyed every photo of me from that era that I'm aware of. There's only one because when I went back from our reunion, they had this like slideshow going up on the wall,
Oh,
and there's a photo of me sitting in the phone booth in the lobby of the high school, and I've got like my leather jacket, my Doc Martens, and the blue hair, the bangs down to here, and I was like,
you was banging it.
I was
up?
like, who's responsible for that picture?
oh man.
Who do I have to kill right now? Like I thought I eliminated that era of my life.
Well, I'm thinking about what's that movie? 21 Jump Street. When they went back to high school, he's like, "You a two-strap it or a one-strap it?"
Dude, no. Like it was, no.
See, I two-strap it now because it just makes more sense, and it hurts my back to one-strap it. But
No, I was very like New Order, Depeche Mode, The Cure. Like that was more.
oh man,
yeah.
I want to see this.
And no, we should.
I was the goth / emo.
We should
kid.
do like
prom flashback.
we should
Prom
like
season.
80s.
Dude, we've been trying, like, and that was actually one of the things we wanted to do this year that couldn't happen because of all this. Is
Like a
we
throwback
were
prom?
we were gonna throw an '80s prom.
Oh, the studio?
Yeah, we were gonna.
Oh,
we
yeah,
were,
we gotta do
that
that.
would've
dude,
been
we were
dope.
gonna we were gonna take over either the Majestic or St. Andrews.
Let's do it.
And like do it up, dude. Because like three of our best friends are like the best '80s DJs you will ever find in your life, and we were gonna have a great time with it. It's just one of those things we couldn't do this year.
I got it from the Thriller jacket in like a 4XL. I'm coming in so fly.
Or like the old Bernie Mac cross colors
There we go.
8-ball jacket.
Dog, I used to have the cross colors when I was a kid.
Oh, so did I.
Cross colors was sweet.
Yeah. Oh,
was
you
gonna
bring
say-
it
That
up.
was more '90s than '80s. Though.
It was
Yeah.
like early 90s. That was
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give me a high top fade wig.
man. I'm getting a Jerry curl. Fuck it. Fuck it. If we doing 80s, I'm going hard to go home, bro.
Nice.
Yes.
Is your hair gonna grow out enough for that?
Nah, it's all gonna be a wig.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be a wig. I can't. Yeah.
I mean, we could just call it a throwback and go '80s and '90s because either like, but
No,
like,
let's do 80s. Let's
like
do
our
80s.
like
Oh.
our crew is mostly '80s.
Yeah,
So,
I want to do 80s because the 80s is such a unique fashion.
Oh,
I just
well,
wanna know-
so was early '90s.
Oh, did
wanna
we?
s-
No, you know what I'm saying? Like we had plans. Like we wanted the '80s prom.
No,
we were
90s
gonna
was,
throw the House Party 2 Pajama Jammy Jam.
Yeah.
Like we had plans for this year.
Every chick is gonna be dressed like Madonna. I already know it's gonna be.
Dude, you'd be surprised. Like a lot of the
Cyndi
80s,
Lauper,
like a lot of the
Madonna.
80s things that I've
A lot
gone
of
to.
colorful hair.
It's a
Lace
lot of big
gloves,
hair.
Belt
Like
buckles.
Madonna's not like the popular riff. It's a lot
Cindy?
of no. You'll get like a lot of like wannabe Tiffany and Debbie Gibson.
I forgot about Tiffany.
You'll get a lot of like girls that look like they just walked out of a Bon Jovi video.
And probably a lot of workout suits.
A lot of
Olivia
oh,
Newton-John.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about Tiffany, man.
yeah.
Like, dog, like
I never.
I'm
forget
such a
Tiffany.
sucker for 80s nostalgia. I'm gonna go home and watch Ferris Bueller go home.
No, you're not. Remember, you're gonna go home and watch Godfather 3 again.
No, I'm not gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch Ferris Bueller. Anyway, this is episode 276.
I don't know.
Hopefully, I know I don't even know more either. Honestly,
I just show up once a week.
this
man.
is the Sneaker Box Infinite, right?
Whenever you tell me we record, I just show up. Like
I feel like he calls every episode 276. I feel like if I go back and listen, I feel like the last 6 episodes have been 276.
Like, we've really reached 300. I just don't even know anymore.
it's like Doctor Strange. We in a time loop. We just
Right.
keep going back again.
Hopefully, after Christmas week, before New Year's, we can squeeze in one more episode.
Yeah, just let me know. We'll figure
Okay.
it out.
And so, yeah. So on that note, hope everybody has a happy Christmas. Enjoy your holidays. Be safe. Enjoy your family. We
Merry
love
Christmas.
y'all. Peace.